At Third Federal, you don't pay any closing costs. So use your Third Federal home equity line of credit for whatever you want. Remodel your kitchen, pay for college, or even a family vacation. So go for it. Lock in today's guaranteed lowest rate and get as much as $200,000. Apply online or call Third Federal today at 1-800-3rd-FED.
Right now at Third Federal, get the guaranteed lowest rate on an equity line of credit of prime minus 0.76%, currently 5.49% APR on balances of $50,000 and over. For balances under $50,000, the rate is prime minus 0.26%, currently 5.99% APR. Apply online or call 1-800-3rd-FED. See details for guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Equal housing lender.
Quitting nicotine isn't easy, which is why Tobacco-Free Florida offers free tools and services like free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're also trying out music to help motivate smokers to quit.
Not another cigarette would be late. Now there's someone living tobacco-free. It's you.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit glasschamberfl.com for more.
If you run a business, you might feel that advertising is more confusing than ever. But it doesn't have to be. At iHeart, we're built to help your business. With 9 out of 10 Americans listening to us, just like you are now, we can give you access to your next customers and the tools, strategies, data, and creative to reach them. We're America's #1 audio company, and it all starts from a conversation. So let us help you adjust your plans to improve your business and costs. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet, security, and voice for just $40 per month for 12 months when you add mobile. Plus, get free installation and ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 11/6/2022. Restrictions apply. Requires Eagle Bill and autopay. New Comcast Business 250 megabit per second internet. Security Edge and one voice line customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment taxes and other fees and subject to change. Must add mobile 90 days from internet install and keep all services for mobile discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
This report is sponsored by the Mark Moss Show podcast.
The UN just demanded all central banks to stop rate hikes, and now any recession is expected to be short and sharp. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to the Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Today is National Gumbo Day.
It makes the most amazing gumbo.
You make gumbo?
Seafood gumbo.
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 Sweet Lady Gumbo.
Guess what day it is?
I'm pretty sure it's gumbo.
National Gumbo Day.
I love gumbo.
Gumbo smells good.
Throw a few more peppers into the gumbo.
The show is turning to gumbo.
It's showtime, baby.
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse.
The Penthouse. Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
House. Yes, good morning and welcome to the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Listen to Rover in the morning. We're back in the house. We got a chance for you to win some Rapids tickets at 11:45, which is always a great day. We got some WWGD coming at you and a lot of other different things that should put a smile on your face on a Wednesday. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning, Miss Francis.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Greek. Good morning, Mr. Jimmy, and good morning to you.
That's right. Good morning to everybody. And if you guys want to get involved in the show, we always tell you, we will continue to tell you, you can call us at 877-927-6969. You can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the ways you guys can get involved in the show, and we always want you involved. Your opinions, your thoughts, whatever you want to bring up, or if you have a question for anybody on the Penthouse, we are here to answer it. So how's everybody doing today on a Wednesday? A good day off yesterday?
We had the day off yesterday?
No,
I didn't have the day off yesterday.
Oh, no, you didn't?
I don't think Jimmy did either.
Oh, no. Well, I was told not to come in.
How are you?
Wow. Maybe it means something.
Yeah. No, I know Jimmy was working. I was doing some work. I had a fun photo shoot, too, for the radio. I said shoot.
Quick. Sure you didn't work yesterday?
Shoot. And came back in and did some more work. And so, yeah, overall, a good day. How about you?
I got a physical and I passed.
Yay!
I passed, which was amazing. I said my blood pressure was the best. Yeah, I walked in with my glove.
Yeah.
My blood pressure was the best. He said it did.
BYOG?
Catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
Like, hey, buddy, get it right here. Yeah, he said my blood pressure was the best in 10 years.
Oh, that's great.
I was shocked.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Have you been taking anything for it? Do you think maybe it's just less stress in your life? What do you think it is?
I don't know. I think maybe less stress.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But at least it was good. I said I need to gain weight. I said I'm a little too thin. But I said, yeah, I'll work on it. But besides that, yeah, it was a good.
Yeah, see, I don't think you're. I mean, I think you're just right. I wouldn't look at you and be like, man, you're so thin. I would think that you fit.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, he didn't think so.
No?
No, he's like, Greek, you're getting a little thin. I said, okay. But he said it 6 months ago, too. I don't see it.
I don't either.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But people who see me say to me, even last night I was out to dinner with one of my buddies, goes, you look a little thin.
Really?
I said,
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe because we see you almost every day. That
That's
I don't,
tough.
That I don't.
Your words, not ours. For the record.
Yeah. That I don't notice, but I feel like your body hasn't really changed much since forever.
Maybe if you saw me in underwear like he did.
Like I did?
Like he did. You did.
I'll pass.
Oh, Jimmy, come on. It's early. Monday Night Football.
I don't want the underwear on, big boy.
By the way, we were downtown West Palm Beach, and I do a morning show on the Gator with Jason, and we were walking. We did it on the 500 block downtown West Palm Beach, and I'm walking, and I hear somebody who's like, Freddie, and then I'm just like, I think I heard somebody say my name, but I just kind of looked and I didn't know who it was. So when we come back, there's a gentleman sitting and familiar with Real Radio, and he's like, "Where's Greek at?" I'm like, we don't go everywhere together. Where's Greek at? How come you guys aren't doing pictures together?
You just said 4 hours is enough. Are you kidding me?
Your words, not ours.
he was like, next time. He was like, all right, next time I'll bring it with me, I guess.
He's parking my car, you should have said. That's what he's doing. He's parking my car.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, I did lose, so we have another winner.
No.
Possibly going to Las Vegas.
Oh, and that one hurts, too, because
Yeah,
it's Nate.
It was Nate.
It really does.
Damn it, Nate.
I got the text and I was like, "Urgh."
I'm sure Jason isn't happy about that either. And Jason was the only other person who's beat you in Gridiron. So he's the only one in the mix to win that trip to Vegas, Circa Hotel, and a 70-inch TV.
60.
Why does it keep on going down?
I'm kidding.
Actually, I thought it was down to 55.
55. It is the
But it
Penthouse.
is ultra high def.
That's right. We're throwing in headphones. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll come back with some things for Halloween. Start to get you guys ready. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to put a stop to these Glock switches, so it just turns your Glock into an automatic. I saw somebody using one of these.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's
Why are we
very
doing
wild.
this?
To me, it seems like
I want to try it.
Of course I want to try it.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Did you know that testosterone plays a key role in muscle mass, sex drive, mood, quality of life, and your thinking ability? And if any of those things are lacking in your life, then it's time you got in touch with my friends over at Begin a New Med Spa. Hey, this is Franny, and when most men hear med spa, you automatically think, oh, that's a woman thing. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. It is an everyone thing. Check them out and set up a consultation online at beginanewmed.com. You can check out your testosterone, talk about whether testosterone replacement therapy is right for you. And while you're at that consult, inquire about their array of services. Laser hair and tattoo removal, body contouring, facials, IV therapy, they have it all. So far, I've had Botox, filler, and the game-changing Morpheus 8 treatment, which has smoothed out and tightened the texture and appearance on my face. All three of those non-invasive procedures have me looking great on the outside, and their optimal wellness and the peptides I am on have me feeling incredible on the inside. Feel healthier, younger, and more confident at any age with the help of Begin a New Med Spa. BeginANewMed.com.
Brian Regan.
My doctor looked at me and said, Brian, you are way too sedentary. So I vowed in that moment to get a dictionary.
Brian Regan live on stage.
But I haven't gotten around to it, it's just been laying around a house. There's a lying around a house.
Saturday, May 13th, the historic Sunrise Theater in downtown Fort Pierce. Reserved seats on sale now at the box office or sunrisetheater.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit GlassChamberFL.com for more.
Hey, it's the Greek for 818 Tequila. 818 Tequila works closely with local family-owned farms in Jalisco, Mexico to bring you the smoothest, most natural, and best-tasting tequila possible. Experience award-winning tequila handcrafted for family and friends to enjoy. Visit drink818.com to find 818 Tequila near you. 818 Tequila. Skip the burn, taste the smooth. Please drink responsibly. 818 Tequila, imported by 818 Spirits, Manhasset, New York. 40% alcohol by volume.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Tired of the news about how everything is costing more?
Everything is stubbornly high.
Us too. That's why we made the iHeartRadio app absolutely free. When you download the free iHeartRadio app, you have radio stations you love at your fingertips whenever you want, wherever you want, along with millions of podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hello, what's up?
And I think we have a few people already waiting to get in and to spank us a little. What do we got, Jimmy?
Yeah, let's get spanked. Hey, Sarah B., how are you? You ready to spank us?
Oh, boy.
I cannot. I don't have time for that much fun this morning. How are you guys?
Maybe next time.
Hi, Sarah.
Maybe next time. Hey. So Franny knows why I'm calling.
I do.
I am soliciting the assistance of your lovely audience because you guys have rocked and helped me before when I was trying to get my Reverb Nation rating up. I think I feel like it was your audience that did it because I was like in the thousands, and then in like a matter of 2 days I was in like the top 100 because your audience is freaking awesome.
And they love you. They do. Every time you call in, we have a lot of people who text in and compliment you. So you got some love over here in Florida.
And I know that I have some of them following me on my social media. So I am calling because I entered this contest, which it's funny that it's called a contest because it's really just a matter of getting votes. I don't really have to do anything else but get votes. And the prize, if I win, I could win $40,000 and a spacation.
Whoa!
As you guys know,
nice.
I don't have a car.
Wow, that's great.
So it would help out. And you have 2 jobs, so it would be nice to have a vehicle to get you there.
Still no wheels, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll also help me get to writers' nights and network and just help me get closer towards my goal so that, G-Man can be my pool man someday.
Oh, well. Yeah.
G-Man Pool Man. I see the billboard now.
He's been working on it, too. He's working out.
I am.
Got the arms all ready, carrying the chlorine around.
Oh, you know it. I'm ready. What's the contest?
So the contest is called Fab Over 40 because it's for women that are fabulous and over 40.
Are you over 40?
And yes, Greek. I am 44.
Oh, I thought you were like 33, 34. Sorry.
That's okay. Don't apologize. No one ever guesses my age right because black don't crack. So
I have heard that before.
Once or twice.
Right. So the links are on all of my social media pages. It's the cool thing is you can vote for free once a day.
Okay.
Or you can donate to the National Breast Cancer Foundation and get more votes in whenever you vote.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll have you verify yourself through your Facebook profile because they want to make sure real people are voting. But other than that, it's super, super easy. And I would love to get more votes so I could win. And when I do, I can come see you guys.
That would be great.
Is this a nationwide contest?
It is nationwide, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you know how many votes won last
contest.
year? Or is this the first year?
No, there is a girl that won last year. I don't know anything about her though. But
do you know how many votes you got?
No, I don't. But that's the thing. Right now my thing says I'm currently fourth in my I forget what it
like your division, or do they do it by like region maybe, and then they like kind of
I don't know. The fourth is good though.
That's
lump
what,
you all together.
That's what I'm imagining, Franny.
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining because it says I'm fourth right now, and then it says the crazy thing is I can vote for myself, which of course I'm doing. But I can my profile has it's got pictures of me, and then they ask you like a few questions that I filled out, and of course one of them I did say that one of the reasons I want to win this is so that I can network and get closer to my career goals. So that's exciting too. But yeah, I would love it if your audience could check out my social media pages, Sarah B Country, and it's like the link is on my Instagram, it's on my Facebook, it's on everything. So check it out and vote and help me out.
Awesome. So Sarah B Country, that's on all of your social media, Instagram, Facebook, because I know not everybody has all the socials.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Sarah B Country on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, everything.
All the things.
YouTube, everything.
Going now.
Yes.
Well, we hope you win.
Yes.
When is this contest over?
I'm not sure when it's over, but the first cut is October 20th, so I will update you guys after that to let you know if I'm going to the next round or not.
Well, I hope you do.
I'm excited.
Is there any other prizes? Like maybe second place is $10,000 or $5,000 for third, or just one thing, $40,000?
I don't know what second prize is, but
Okay.
I'm not going for second prize, G.
No, yeah, we're going for
hell
we're going for her to
No,
win.
I know. I was just asking a question.
But it would be nice, right? I mean, because there's a lot of people
I
doing it.
know.
And listen, we want you to win, but it would be nice if you did get some kind of monetary prize if you happened to get second place.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, I was just asking if there was something. That's all. Maybe free car wash.
No, I know. It doesn't. It didn't. I didn't see that in the information for it. It only mentioned first prize.
Okay.
I don't know because I didn't see anything of that in the information about the contest. So
Okay. Well, we hope you win. You're fabulous. You're over 40, so you got our vote. And you've been always a great listener to the station, which we appreciate. And you always bring a lot of great content and fun. So hope you win.
well, thank you. I love you guys, and I have to get to work now. so
Okay,
that I
go
can
ahead. We don't want to hold you
keep
up.
this
Sorry
job
about you. Good luck, Sarah.
Thanks for letting us know, Sarah B.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Have a good day. Hopefully she will win that. And if you guys want to help her out, help her out. Fabulous at 40. And you get $40,000. Well, that's pretty good.
Sarah B
Fantastic.
Country. You can search that out on any of the social platforms. So that's the important part. Find her out. Hey, like her, follow her too, because she puts out a lot of great content. And it's a great way you can find that link and vote right there. I'm in the process of doing that. I'll finish that up on a break. Guys, want to take another phone call?
Sure.
Got our buddy Pops checking in with us. Hey, Pops, what's going on, bud?
What's going on, guys? I'm a little upset with you guys today.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Nobody sent me a memo, a text, an email about y'all not being there yesterday. I'm in the house, I took the wife to take her for her treatment. I come home. I got you guys in the background playing. I'm piddling around the house. I hear Franny's talking about how she lost her credit card, and this dude calls her up. And I'm sitting there, after I'm listening to it, I'm like, damn, she's stupid. That's the second time she's done that. And so,
I mean, I can see it happening again, and I probably would forget. We must have had a good show, because when I got back today, but the text message line was full. Duped ya.
And I'm like, daggone, what did somebody do? Take my weed? What the hell? And then it dawned on me after about another 30 minutes that it was a replay.
Yeah, that was one of the only ones we've done all year. We haven't done a lot of them. We don't do replays.
Yeah, not too many.
Not too many, no.
But please do me a favor, guys. Next time, send me a memo.
You got it.
I don't think I'm freaking out.
You sound like our boss.
I love you guys.
Said the same thing.
Yeah. You guys were out yesterday? What happened?
I just want to be in the loop. That's also, I don't think I'm freaking out or smoking something bad.
Okay. We appreciate it, Pops. We love you.
All right, Pops. Thanks for listening, buddy.
Take care.
That was Pops. Good man. Always brings a great attitude and always in a good mood. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Don't forget, 11:45, your chance to win Rapids Water Park tickets. That is a pack of 4. So you can go with 3 of your friends or 3 people you don't like, and maybe you guys will become better friends by the end of the day. We're going to come back with a trifecta. We're going to come back with This Day in History and some Halloween headlines and maybe highlights. We'll be back. Peace.
Be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy as we move through the morning. Some scattered showers are possible across the area to start the day. 70s and 80s as you head out the door, but we're going to be back in the upper 80s later today with more cloud coverage building in, and then showers move in as well with elevated moisture across the area as a cold front approaches late tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Did you know that Duke basketball's famous or infamous Coach K was nearly fired in 1983? A move which would have kept his legacy from even happening in the first place. Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike Cigar Lounge.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
If you run a business, we know how confusing it can be to evaluate all the different advertising options. And at iHeart, we're here to help. We're America's #1 audio company, #1 in radio, #1 in podcasting, digital radio, and much more. With all those insights and all those potential customers, we can help you find new and more efficient ways to grow your business. So reach out, let's chat, and learn more about how we can help your business find new growth. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension. Paid for by NHTSA.
When you get delivery from Little Caesars, there's one thing we won't put on your pizza:
hidden fees. Just order online at littlecaesars.com and you'll pay $0 in delivery fees. No delivery fees, no service fees, and no hidden fees. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Free delivery applies to each order that totals $12 or more, excluding taxes. Delivery price is higher than in-store prices, excluding third-party sites. Delivery available from participating stores. Limited time offer.
Wilton Simpson is a farmer who cares for family, friends, neighbors, and community. Because that's what farmers do. Now Wilton Simpson is running for Florida's Agriculture Commissioner. Because he cares. Wilton always stands up for those in need, like the CARES Center for seniors and the PACE Center for girls. That's why Wilton Simpson led the charge to reform our foster care system, so every child has a loving home and a bright future. Simpson led efforts to pass historic teacher pay raises, expand school choice, and secure billions of dollars for Everglades restoration. The causes are different. The reasons are the same. Wilton Simpson cares, because that's what farmers do. Wilton Simpson for Florida Commissioner of Agriculture.
Paid for by Wilton Simpson, Republican for Florida Commissioner of Agriculture.
Trouble getting to sleep and staying asleep is infuriating. That's why nutrition company Healthy Cell created REM Sleep to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and sleep deep. Unlike other supplements that don't work, REM Sleep by Healthy Cell is not a pill. It's a gel you swallow with ultra absorption of science-backed ingredients supporting all 4 stages of sleep. Visit healthycell.com and use code RADIO for 20% off your first order risk-free. Love it or your money back, guaranteed. healthycell.com, code RADIO.
It takes several sources of energy to bring you energy. There's natural gas, nuclear, solar, and another source that's, well, pretty darn special. Florida Power and Light.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
95 is busy in Boca Raton. We've got a couple of crashes, one southbound just north of Yamato Road, another one northbound by Spanish River Boulevard. Neither of those are blocking any lanes. Turnpike, though, in Boynton Beach, we've got slowdowns. Actually, starting in Delray, there's a right lane blocked with a crash northbound just a couple miles before Boynton Beach Boulevard. You've got stop and go from just on the south side of Atlantic Avenue. And Forest Hill Boulevard and Birkdale Drive in Wellington, a crash, and it's a slow go there. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Did you know that Duke basketball's famous or infamous Coach K was nearly fired in 1983? A move which would have kept his legacy from even happening in the first place. Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
John Mellencamp returns to the road, and iHeartRadio is getting you there. We'll fly you and a guest to the tour date of your choice and set you up with VIP tickets to the show. Plus, slap a backstage pass on your jean jacket so you can meet. John Mellencamp.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hello, and welcome back into the Penthouse on a hump day, a WWGD day. We'll find out what Greek would do. That's going to be around the final trifecta, around 1:40. But thank you so much for tuning in. This is Franny. Of course, we could not do WWGD without G-Man. Hello, Greek.
Good morning, Francis. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And hello, good morning, Jimmy.
Well, hello and good morning.
And
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
You are first.
Because it's time for a trifecta.
Time for a trifecta.
All right, this was not a good scene. It happened a couple days ago. Draymond Green at Warriors practice. And, of course, the video got leaked. Punched one of his teammates and really hit him bad. He decided to leave the team for a few days, and possibly it was the team who said leave for a few days. It looks like he's going to be back with the team on Friday. He did apologize to everybody yesterday and then left the facilities, but not a good situation. And again, I don't know how everybody gets these videos because this is a practice and a closed practice, but for whatever money talks, TMZ did get this. It's not a great look for Draymond, obviously, but they're not going to suspend him, but they did fine him some money. Last night, the playoffs continued on, and it was a wild card round, and the Dodgers ended up winning. Astros, unbelievable win, walk-off 3-run homer, and I was at Strike Cigar Lounge, and everybody was so upset about that because they don't want to see Houston win.
Yeah, didn't the pitcher break his finger because he punched a locker?
Yeah.
Did you read that?
Yeah, after the game.
Why did he punch a locker? They won.
No, I think it was the pitcher who led up to a home run.
Oh.
I don't think it's the guy who won.
No. I thought it was an Astros pitcher.
Oh, maybe you're right.
I could have read that. I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
I got to look. But yeah, I heard an Astros pitcher punched a locker after the fact and broke his finger.
Maybe he bet on the Seattle.
To win.
He was upset.
Yeah.
And the Phillies beat the Braves, which was a shocker. But the Yankees won 4-1. Cole pitched a great game. The Yankees gave him tons and tons of money, millions of dollars, and he showed up in game one. So the Yankees did win 4-1. And Dave Chappelle talked about this on Monday a little. He added some shows, 1227, 1228 at Hard Rock Casino, the guitar. And boy, I got to tell you, I've never seen so many people ask me for tickets.
Yeah, I might try to go to that one because do you remember when he was here?
Last time,
I got COVID.
Yeah. It's been a great
year. Right, it's been a fantastic year.
And
I want
he
to say
was upset.
that, but that was 2021. So
Yeah.
I can't believe it on 2022. But yeah, because they were doing testing in the ballrooms prior to the show. Everybody had to go get tested.
Mhm.
So my husband and I we weren't even feeling off or anything, just because we didn't want to waste our time and go down there and then get a COVID test and be like, turn back around. So we just happened to go and get at-home tests, took them, and we just happened to get COVID. And I was like, are you kidding me? We were so excited
Did you
about
have tickets for that show?
Oh, yeah, we had tickets. Yeah, we purchased those tickets.
Oh, all right. Did you sell them or you still have
We sold them.
them? Okay.
I don't know. We might have.
That sounds familiar. I thought you did.
Did we sell them? Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, we might have eaten the cost. I can't remember. But we bought tickets for the show. I was so bummed.
Yeah. I mean, I must have got like 10 or 15 requests in the last 2 days. And Chappelle's huge, I know, but sometimes I'm always surprised
And
about
2 nights. That's great.
Yeah, 27 and 28 in December. I know the tickets are on sale. I know they're very expensive, but he's going to be back in. That'd be a great Christmas present for somebody, obviously, if you're a fan, or a Hanukkah. Go see David Chappelle down at the Hard Rock. So he did announce that. And that is your first trifecta of the day, and now it's this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, on this day, 1 day ago, Astros Phil Maton suffered fractured finger injury punching locker after poor outing. So, yeah, you were absolutely
He
right about
did,
that,
huh?
Franny.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the Astros.
How about that, huh? Ended up being a winning game, though. But unfortunately, I guess he's done for the year.
Right?
He might be.
530 years ago today is where we are starting in 1492. That's a familiar year. We've always heard it. After sailing across the Atlantic Ocean, Italian explorer Christopher Columbus sights a Bahamian island, believing he has reached East Asia. His expedition went ashore the same day and claimed the land for Isabel and Ferdinand of Spain, who sponsored his attempt to find a Western Ocean route to China, India, and the fabled Gold and Spice Isles of Asia. 122 years ago today, in 1900, the first modern submarine is commissioned by the United States Navy as the USS Holland, named for its designer, John Philip Holland. 121 years ago today, in 1901, President Theodore Roosevelt officially changed the name of the president's residence at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. from Executive Mansion to the White House. 91 years ago today, in 1931, the Christ the Redeemer statue opened to the public in Rio de Janeiro. Coincidentally, 51 years ago today, in 71, Jesus Christ Superstar opened on Broadway. The movie came out 2 years later. 29 years ago today, in 1993, Faith Hill released her debut album named after Greek, Take Me As I Am, featuring Wild One and Piece of My Heart.
Followed up by Piece of My Ass.
23 years ago today, in 1999, NBA Hall of Famer Wilt Chamberlain passed away in his Los Angeles home. Also 23 years ago today, the day of 6 billion it was called. Apparently, that's the day that the 6 billionth living human being was born. 22 years ago today, in 2000, a motorized rubber dinghy loaded with explosives blew a 40-by-40 hole in the port side of the USS Cole, U.S. Navy destroyer that was refueling in Yemen. 17 sailors were perished and 38 wounded in the attack, which was carried out by 2 suicide terrorists alleged to be members of Osama bin Laden's al-Qaeda network. And finally, 17 years ago today in 2005, Lost superstar Josh Holloway was robbed at gunpoint in his home. The guy got away with cash, credit cards, and used his Mercedes-Benz to get away. How about that, huh? Used the poor guy's car to get away from the crime. And that's what happened on this wonderful day, October 12th, in our history.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. If you guys want to get involved, you can call us 877-927-6969. Text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com. And it's
Spartacus.
Nice.
It's just there.
So I've been
screw it. We do what we want.
I've been in some discussions with my mom lately about possibly either renting out. No, you know what? I went to actually go and buy eggs. You mean her chicken's eggs, not hers. She says she's 68. She's done with that. But
wow, I didn't go there.
So I was over at her house recently, and we were discussing, and she's been retired almost a year now, probably right there, and she wants to travel. Nice. And she wants to, so she wants to do all this thing. I know, everywhere. Her first stop, actually, she wants to go to Istanbul. She wants to do Turkey.
Oh, yeah?
Which I thought was quite interesting. To me, I thought she would want to go because she's talked about Spain for years or Greece, but she's heard how beautiful it is. But she would go and hop from there. So we've been discussing possibly putting her house up for rent or Airbnb-ing it. And I told her, I know a lot of people who Airbnb, and they kill it more so than doing an annual or a seasonal rent. They make more money that way. So we've been kind of in talks about that, and I'm trying to help her find a property manager because she's got a lot. She still wants her chickens. She wants to come home to that stuff. She's got her garden, so it's got to be somebody who knows what they're doing. And obviously, she doesn't want her house to turn into a big old party. And it looks like a lot of people we know during the holidays and spring break and whatever, they rent these houses out on Airbnb and they throw these bashes. And Airbnb has been cracking down on that kind of stuff. And they specifically put out for Halloween that they are cracking down on those parties. So they rolled out this new technology on their website that it's going to make it a lot harder for people who are going to rent on Airbnb to get away with throwing large parties during Halloween. So they first started cracking down on their short-term rentals in 2020. And a lot of that was public health concerns because of the pandemic. Because people were like, oh, all right, well, we can't go anywhere, so let's just throw a 300-person bash.
Yeah, they do this also for Super Bowl week.
Yeah, well, there was the one house, that mansion, right? It was like out west. It was in our listening area.
Yeah.
They threw a huge party at.
Yeah. My daughter rented an Airbnb, and her and a bunch of her friends. And when they went there, they couldn't use the pool because it was all full of garbage.
Really?
The whole place was wrecked, and that's what they walked into. And it's like, what do we do?
So they must have not had a property manager or anything, because that's terrible. Yeah. I've been very fortunate, the ones that I've stayed in, and we did them throughout Europe, and I've done them in the Keys and stuff like that. Yeah. They've always been very nice, and I've always had really great hosts, and that's what they call the people who are there, rent them out. So these policies have evolved to avoid any kind of unsanctioned parties. And I guess with this new technology, they stopped almost 12,000 people last year from renting.
Wow.
Yeah, who they knew somehow, some way that they were there just to specifically throw these bashes. And they said so it made over a 60% year-over-year decrease in their business, which I get. But they want to make sure they're a legit business. They want to make sure that they have safety when it comes to these people renting out these houses and the people who own them. So these new policies are just coming out. So they're saying guests without a history of positive reviews or no reviews will not be able to make a one-night reservation in entire home listings. So you can, sometimes people rent rooms or apartments or whatever like that. I guess you can still do that because their assumption, what they're thinking is that nobody's going to throw a big bash if you're just renting out somebody's room.
For one night.
Yeah. Also, someone without a positive review is trying to rent for 2 nights. They will be redirected to listings that are not entire homes either.
Ooh.
So even for 2 nights, you can't rent entire homes.
Does it have a way of determining, like, if you're a new user, you wouldn't have any sort of review? So there's got to be a way that they can figure it out that, like, it's okay maybe for new users?
And I guess not. Just to rent one night, it looks like it's not, because they're saying without any history of no reviews or any kind of reviews positive whatsoever. So I'm my assumption is that maybe that's it. But they're also saying that the third update they're making is that all guests attempting to make a local reservation during Halloween weekend will need a test that they are that they understand the company's ban on parties. So if you're doing something like, if they can tell, right, I'm from West Palm Beach or Palm Beach Gardens, and I'm trying to book in Palm Beach Gardens. I guess they kind of delve in a little bit deeper with that.
I'm sure they check people's social media.
Possibly.
See pictures.
Red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certain red flags.
That's a lot of places that they didn't rent.
Yeah, well, they turned down 12,000 people.
That's a
is what
lot.
it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it's a huge problem because of the damage it caused to the home. Obviously, the neighbors, people bitch. Yeah, I would. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you got 300 people next to you at a party. Nobody caring.
Destroying the home.
Yeah.
First and foremost. I mean, holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how many homes and properties were damaged and destroyed, you know, from it. So
I guess they put a cap of like 16 guests if you're booking, and you legitimately have 16 guests, because I've seen that. You can rent large houses. So they cap it at that. And it used to be more. And of course, if you do somehow, some way, kind of slide through the cracks, get through them, and they find out that you threw a party or whatever it is, you will get banned from the service. But you can't catch everything. You can't stop everything, but they're trying their best. So if you have a home out there that you're trying to rent out, at least you can somewhat feel confident and
well,
safe
I mean,
that your
that's
house won't
hard
get
too.
destroyed.
I mean, because if they say 16 people and you have 20, how do they know? You know what I mean? Or you have 30.
Of course.
If somebody's not there monitoring it.
And what I mean, if you book a home and you have 10 people legitimately, well, what constitutes a party? You know, I mean,
it's true.
It's hard to regulate stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, I mean, because people have, you know, outside, even if you don't have any outsiders there, and if you have 10 people there having some sort of a get together, what says it's a
I don't
party?
think it's party in general. I think they just don't want those big old blowout bashes that people are just going to destroy homes.
For all the
But how do
millions,
you prevent that?
I mean, for all the millions they have and all the millions of dollars they make, they should be able to have a security team. You know, that goes and checks. I would even put that. Like,
But gee, Airbnb is all across the world. That it's everywhere. It's international. It's going to be too tough to have people hired to go and check out these houses. I mean, they rent tons of places daily.
I don't know, but they make billions of dollars, I'm sure. I mean, if it's that big of a problem, maybe just even around the holidays, or like you said, I know they've had certain things like this for New Year's. I know Super Bowl. A couple of my friends from New York tried to come down here in the last minute. They got canceled. They had 12 guys coming down here for the same thing, have a big Super Bowl party, and they got nixed the last minute. But, you know, I mean, it's definitely a problem because it's happened a ton of times. And then, like you said, as a homeowner, like Jimmy just said, who wants to come home to that? You know, you come home, your house is ruined.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
Yeah, it sucks.
And I guess that's the risk you take when you put your house up for rent like that.
It is.
On the short-term rentals.
And I'm sure you can probably get some sort of insurance and something along those lines that, you know, can help in case those things happen. And, probably the smartest thing to do, like any business, you want to have some sort of insurance. But still, people suck.
They do.
You
and
know,
it could happen on an
it's
annual.
what it comes down to every time.
It could happen on an annual rental. People rent your place out and you come back, and when they're done with their lease, the place is destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess that's what deposits are for, right?
Sure.
And a lot of time with Airbnbs, they may, not all of them. I don't know if I ever had to pay some kind of like deposit, security deposit.
Well, if you
or
put up a
anything.
high security deposit, then people are going to be reluctant to do something.
And
Obviously.
I think that is an option.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
the
answer, right?
It might be.
Yeah, if you say to somebody like 3,000, you got to put up, people are a little reluctant to, you know what, not do it. Anybody would be. You don't want to lose the money.
Or if there's some sort of a clause in there that you're responsible for any damage. I mean, they've got a credit card, you know. I mean, a credit card might not be enough to cover whatever costs are incurred, but I don't know. Maybe something. I'm just kind of brainstorming.
It's just like your apartment when you rent. They ask for a month's security. If it's damaged, you don't get it back. So, I mean, I think that would probably be the best thing to do.
But if the damages go above that, you know, then they've got to take you to court and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure that happens, you know, millions of times a year, you know. And renters destroy a house and they have to, or an apartment, and the landlord has to go after them. But because, you know, the security doesn't cover it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it might be a little bit of a deterrent. But like you said, they can give you $5,000, they get close $50,000. And you're totally screwed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we're talking a little Halloween because Airbnb is cracking down on Halloween parties. But a lot of people are going to get dressed up for the holiday. I know I am. My G was talking about possibly being Elvis this year. I know Jimmy's going to dress up. We love getting dressed up for Halloween. Maybe we might do in studio. Who knows? Just do something silly.
I can wear my Elvis costume twice.
Yeah, there you go. But according to BuzzFeed, these are Is that our spooky Halloween sound effects? These are costumes that you should stay away from. Do not dress up like this year for Halloween. If you do, I don't care. Like I said, this is BuzzFeed. It's not coming from the Penthouse. I'm just here to relay the message. So the first one on the list, they're saying do not go as Queen Elizabeth. And I've even heard people going as far as doing zombie Queen Elizabeth.
That I could see.
They said no matter how you feel about her, it's too soon and disrespectful.
Really?
Is what it says on here.
I don't know.
Yep. And they do note on the bottom, and especially don't go as a dead or zombie version of the Queen. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that.
You probably will.
I do. Yep.
Whatever they tell you not to do, you'll see.
Yep. Also on here, don't go as COVID. We're past it.
Wow.
That was a trend. That was a hot Halloween costume. People dressed up as a virus.
It was, yeah.
Don't do it. We're over it. And another one that is related to it. Don't go as a vaccine either. They make a vaccine costume, a COVID-19 vaccine. Don't do it.
Crazy.
How about a Fauci? Can we go with Fauci?
I think we're over it. I think we're over it.
People did go as Fauci.
This too. Don't go as an anti-vaxxer. I think there's anti-vaxxers out there, anti-vaxxers that people dress up as.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never seen that one before. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of things. This one was somewhat new this year, but people are over it. Don't go as monkeypox.
Okay.
I just think any kind of virus, maybe you just want to stay away from.
Yeah, stay away from. Even if it's a costume, people will be like, I'm worried I might catch it.
Yeah. There's a lot more here I'll go through, but add to the list. What do you think people should not get? Either it's going to offend them or we're just over it. You can text us 47142. Start off with Real Radio, of course.
Oh, boy.
Email Jimmy at
Get ready for that thing to
realradio921.
blow up.
I know. realradio921.com.
I would say President Trump or Biden.
Yeah.
Anything politics.
Yeah.
Just right there, just across the board.
Yep. If you wear a costume,
politics.
you're going to get a reaction.
I told you guys, and this was just, I'm sure. We've always had this animosity in politics, obviously, one side against the other. It goes back for a long time. It just seems worse nowadays because, with all the different forms of media that's out there. But it's always been there. And I told you guys, I was maybe 9, 10, something like that. And for some reason, when we went Halloween costume shopping one time, I went as Nixon.
I remember that.
And because they had the mask back then, the full head masks were kind of popular, right? This is what, late 70s, early 80s, ballparkish in that time frame. And all I had to do was wear a suit, and I had that, and I had people slam the door in my face.
Really?
Yeah.
As a kid.
Wow.
Clearly a Democrat's house, and I would do that. I go up with the fingers going, I am not a crook, and I didn't know any better. I didn't know anything about politics then.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a teenager, so I had no idea. I was a kid. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about that particular mask that when we were walking by, I chose that one. But that's what I chose, and I kid you not, people close the door in my face.
I believe it. I do. And so, they have a few politicians on here. You got Trump, Ted Cruz.
Sure.
Ted Cruz is even on here. They make a Ted Cruz mask. This, I thought, because we brought it up, and I thought we were going to see a lot of it, but they're like, please don't go as anything related to the Will Smith Oscar slap.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but they're saying
I gotta write that down.
They're like, do not, I repeat, do not go as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that.
I think you will.
Yep.
They're back together.
So speaking of, you mentioned politics. If you go to realradio921.com, I posted a video yesterday, and there is a comedian, and if you don't know her name, I got to look her up, but I have a feeling you may eventually, who knows, this could have been just one of those viral things
the one that got the can.
Yes,
Right,
yes. So she's on stage, and she's but she's asking questions from the audience, and then she starts getting heckled by this woman, and you can watch it. And the woman's basically just calling her out for being you voted for Biden, didn't you? You voted. Well, the woman's the comedian has a great comeback to her if you haven't seen it, and it is about her, obviously voting for Trump. Well, watch the video because the guy that the girl's with who's heckling throws a beer on the stage. It could have hit her.
A full beer.
I
Was
thought
it glass?
It didn't hit her?
No, it hit the back wall.
The story I read said it hit her.
No, it hit the back wall to the side of her. It could have, and I mean, he slammed. I mean, that thing hit hard.
Oh, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Is it a can or glass?
But watch what she does. She is I will say, she is a badass bitch because she was just like, all right, and she handled herself so well, and what she did was just like kind of like, all right, have some in a way. But if you have not seen it yet, you got to seek it out. That's realradio921.com on the Penthouse blog. I put that up. Let me see. Oh, and then I also, because I don't think we talked about it. The fastest fast food drive-thrus. They just came up with that list.
No, I had that for Monday. We never got around to it. And, so we can talk about that later if you want. You have the list?
Yeah, I have a video and I have a list. Yep. Cool. So seek that out, realradio921.com, and we can get into that a little later. Because I was shocked, by the way.
I was very surprised by that list.
Number one for the past couple years fell from grace.
Yeah. Matter of fact, went from number one to not even on there.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. We'll give you an inside tip of where you should maybe go for fast food. Or you can go there, but it might not be as quick as you thought. It is the Penthouse. It is a Wednesday. Don't forget 11:45. Your chance to win Rapids tickets, 4-pack. And we're going to come back with our first batch, and I mean batch, of Florida stories. What do we have, Franny?
Yeah, well, speaking of videos, on our blog, I posted this one. An insane video happened between a 15-year-old high school student and a police officer. So you can seek that out. I'll fill you in the full story. Then we have somebody who was busted with enough fentanyl to kill 200,000 people here in Florida. I got a lot of stuff today, man. We missed out.
Yeah, got to catch up.
Yeah. We got a lot of catch up. I got more stories coming your way on Real Radio 92.1.
Proving that some of us have a face for radio. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy as we move through the morning. Some scattered showers are possible across the area to start the day. 70s and 80s as you head out the door, but we're going to be back in the upper 80s later today with more cloud coverage building in. And then showers move in as well with elevated moisture across the area as a cold front approaches late tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Tune in this week for the conclusion of Red Pilled America's 10-part series on Richard Nixon. You won't want to miss it. The similarities between past and present are astonishing. Listen to Red Pilled America on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
It's midterm season. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis to give you a greater understanding of the races, the results, and what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC. It's midterm season. With so much at stake, MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground talking to candidates and voters. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. On election night, Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2022 team will give you a greater understanding as results come in. And the next day, Morning Joe will provide perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, why are you so down? So you told him you hate your job, and he said, well, you better talk yourself out of it. And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, thanks for the advice. And he was like, well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo. You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet, security, and voice for just $40 per month for 12 months when you add mobile. Plus, get free installation and ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 11/6/2022. Restrictions apply. Requires Eagle Bill and auto pay. New Comcast Business 250 megabit per second internet. Security edge and one voice line customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment taxes and other fees and subject to change. Must add mobile 90 days from internet install and keep all services for mobile discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar Lounge 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar Lounge 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet, security, and voice for just $40 per month for 12 months when you add mobile. Plus, get free installation and ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 11/6/2022. Restrictions apply. Requires Eagle Bill and auto pay. New Comcast Business 250 megabit per second internet. Security edge and one voice line customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment taxes and other fees and subject to change. Must add mobile 90 days from internet install and keep all services for mobile discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Still dealing with a crash off to the shoulder, 95 southbound just north of Yamato Road, and we still have backups going on along the Turnpike. Crash blocking a right lane to the south of Boynton Beach Boulevard. This is on the northbound side, and from Atlantic Avenue, you have stop-and-go delays. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by LP SmartSide Trim and Siding. Visit lpcorp.com/pro. Are you looking for siding that makes the cut? LP SmartSide Trim and Siding is a cut above the rest with efficiency that helps you install more siding in less time. Side with advanced durability. Side with LP SmartSide Trim and Siding. Visit lpcorp.com/remodel.
Free.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day and your week is going semi-mendy good direction. Jimmy's in house.
Good morning.
Don't look at me like that.
I didn't say anything. Francis is here.
Hi.
I got good grades in my physical. Don't forget that.
Yay.
Yay. It's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Yeah, so can't get away from fentanyl, and it looks like in Spring Hill there is a guy there who had a lot of it. So this began when Hernando County Sheriff's Office, their vice and narcotics unit, was notified of a possible dealer who was selling large amounts of fentanyl. So they started investigating this dude, Jacob Spinoza, and they did see that he was dealing drugs. Well, they had an undercover operation that began, and officials found numerous narcotics, and they purchased them from this guy at his residence. It looks like after getting a search warrant, the following items were found. They had 1.2 pounds of fentanyl. That's about a $50,000 street value. 2.5 grams of meth. 130.9 grams of marijuana. He had firearms, ammunition. What's a Suboxone strips? Jimmy, do you know what that is?
No.
Suboxone strips, 34 of those. Said all kinds of drug paraphernalia and a bunch of cash on him. According to the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, they said 1 kilogram of fentanyl has the potential to kill 500,000 people. So based on this estimate, the fentanyl seized during this search warrant had a potential to provide a lethal dose to 200,000 people. It is very scary. At this point, just don't do drugs.
That's right.
Don't do drugs.
Don't.
Yeah, so he's been charged with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different things, all drug related. And then if this is a video I was talking about, go to realradio921.com. This happened at St. Cloud High School, and this video has gone viral. And there's a couple guys fighting at this high school. 2 boys are fighting. It's like a 14-year-old and whatever. Then you see this third kid come out of nowhere, and he grabs the cop kind of like by his neck and body slam, because the cop's trying to break up these 2 kids.
Okay.
So a third kid, 15 years old, comes up, grabs the cop, and body slams him.
Ooh.
It is insane video. So it looks like he was arrested. They're not identifying him because he is a minor, but he was arrested for battery of a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest. No other arrests were made, but the 2 14-year-old students involved in the original fight are expecting to face similar charges. Obviously not battery on a law enforcement officer, but some kind of battery charges. And I'm guessing they'll probably get expelled or suspended from school. But this video.
They should.
Yeah, this kid, this 15-year-old manhandled him, and it is just nutty video. And then when you also go to realradio921.com, we have a trending in Florida page. And this is another drug story. This person was arrested because cops were going after him. Port St. Lucie, what's up, 1017?
Hup, hup, represent.
Yeah, you guys know Ethan Blair out there? So, so he was arrested. I guess he was traveling from Merritt Island to sell a lot of meth. And he was doing it to what? Whoopsies, an undercover agent.
Not good.
For $13,000.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsies. $13,000 of meth. He was selling them 1.6 pounds.
He picked the right guy.
He did. So police and the DA tried to arrest Blair, and he fled the scene in his SUV. They said striking several curbs while they noticed him throwing bags outside of his window. And the bags were bags of meth. And he ended up crashing in the bushes after he was because he's not paying attention. So cops did catch up to him. He was arrested for trafficking meth and destroying evidence and possession of drug equipment. And I know, Jimmy, we'll get into it, but I know you have a karma story when it comes to somebody with a light. Another green laser.
Yeah, another green laser story.
Yep, that one I did see. And then just a PSA, I guess they're saying out there's a new phenomenon here in South Florida. Many schools have been put under a code red after several swatting calls have come in. Swatting involves making false 911 calls to provoke a huge law enforcement response. A lot of them are saying there's false active shooters, but they're saying these calls are growing. It's as far as the phenomenon in the U.S., and Florida is just a part of this latest surge. This is according to the National Association of School Resource Officers. So first responders have been filling the parking lots, even at Cardinal Newman High School recently, which is right here in our backyard, Boca Raton Community High, after these threats are being made. What are they doing? Schools were just 2 of 8 that were placed on lockdown today across South Florida. I'm sorry, this was Tuesday morning across South Florida. 8 of them Tuesday morning.
It's terrible.
Yep, they said after
People
swatting calls are claimed, armed suspects were on campus. Of course they're going to show up. Law enforcement, of course they are. And they're saying it's just happening way too often, and people are getting really nervous about it. Imagine being a student at the school and you just see so much law enforcement. Yes. And the impacts from incidents like this can clearly weigh heavy on students, parents, and the staff. And so they're trying to find a situation for these hoax because you got to take every call seriously. And I don't know what is going on with this youth, but it's not good. And you can absolutely get in trouble for these fake calls if you do get busted. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll be back with something I think everybody in the audience and all of us have done. Use fast food once in a while, and we're going to give you a list of where you should go and who's going to be the quickest to get you in and out. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to put a stop to these Glock switches, so it just turns your Glock into an automatic. I saw somebody using one of these.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's
Why are we
very
doing
wild.
this?
To me, it seems like
I want to try it.
Of course I want to try it.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Thinking about an appliance purchase or having something installed, like flooring, kitchen, or bath? You can count on Lowe's for credit options. See the store nearest you or go to Lowe's.com for details on the latest credit offers going on now.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
It's midterm season. With so much at stake, MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground talking to candidates and voters. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. On election night, Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2022 team will give you a greater understanding as results come in. And the next day, Morning Joe will provide perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuit seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-593-5072. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-593-5072. That's 800-593-5072. Again, 800-593-5072.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The groundbreaking podcast Bone Valley uncovers startling new evidence that could solve a crime committed in 1987 and free a man who was unjustly convicted. Join Pulitzer Prize-winning author Gilbert King for an exploration of one of Central Florida's most shocking mysteries.
And the whole drive down, I can't shake what Judge Cupp keeps telling me about Leo Schofield.
This guy is innocent.
God help us if we can't get this right.
Listen to Bone Valley on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Rack Electric, our slogan is, we've got the power. And we really do. Volume buying power allows us to stock hundreds of Generac whole house generators and pass the savings on to you. It's going to be a very active hurricane season, so get the power at rackelectric.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Still dealing with a crash off to the shoulder, 95 southbound just north of Yamato Road, and we still have backups going on along the Turnpike. Crash blocking a right lane to the south of Boynton Beach Boulevard. This is on the northbound side, and from Atlantic Avenue, you have stop-and-go delays. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
It takes several sources of energy to bring you energy. There's natural gas, nuclear, solar, and another source that's, well, pretty darn special. Florida Power and Light.
Tired of the news about how everything is costing more?
Everything is stubbornly high.
Us too. That's why we made the iHeartRadio app absolutely free. When you download the free iHeartRadio app, you have the radio stations you love at your fingertips whenever you want, wherever you want. Along with millions of podcasts from the news you crave to the true crime series you can't resist. Playlists to fit any
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for listening to 92.1 Real Radio. Hope you guys keep it on all day and always ride with us in the Penthouse from 10 to 2, Monday to Friday. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hi, and I got a couple text messages because we'd brought up things that you shouldn't dress up for as Halloween.
Okay.
Either you're going to offend somebody or we're just over it. And got a couple here. Somebody said Jeffrey Dahmer because that one series on Netflix I guess is very popular. I have not seen it yet.
Right.
I do want to watch it. People say it's very disturbing. The issue is I have to wait till my husband's not home because we're always with each other and he has no interest. He has zero interest in watching it. And then somebody said, let's see here. Don't dress up as Greek for Halloween. It's just too expensive. I mean, the Benz, the Gucci, the Tom Ford cologne, all the flat tires, and the money on the dresser. It's just too much.
Got a point. Got a point there.
Yeah.
Not to mention the, ladies.
Exactly. So if you have any suggestions for things that we just don't want to see this Halloween as far as costumes, 47142, that is the text line right in front of me.
I think Kim Kardashian. Seems like she's fallen a little. Last week at the Ram game, she got destroyed, and they said she's made a lot of negative stuff on online with people.
Yeah, I have not, and just in the circles and places I've been around Halloween the past, because Kardashians have been around forever.
Yeah.
I really have not seen many people dress up as her or any of them.
Yeah, but a couple of years ago, maybe her and Kanye were on a lot, or maybe together. I don't know.
Possible. I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
personally haven't seen it.
Well, how do you do that, right? So,
It's like
what is
long
it
black
about her?
wig
What is
and
it
a
about
big
her?
butt.
There's got to be something that's other than
Yeah.
the big butt.
Her butt and her hair.
But that's
And
just
a rack.
That could
Yeah.
be a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
know?
she has a certain style.
Yeah.
I think you could pull it off. I think there's a way to do it where you
The
could pull it
shades.
off. Yeah, the
See,
shades.
with Kanye, you can, right?
Mhm.
Because that's easy.
Yep.
Dressing up as him is super easy. So if you have the two of them together, I could see it. But without him, I don't know. It'd be to me, it would be difficult. You could have,
yeah.
And again, what color hair do you do? Because she did the gray for her to.
She's
silver
blonde now.
or
She's like
gray,
very,
whatever.
very blonde
She's
now.
doing
Yeah.
blonde now. I mean, she's done all kinds of shades. I don't know.
Pillow in your ass.
Yeah, well, I think last year was popular, and now that I think about it, I did forget. I don't know where she was, if it was an awards show or it was this concert where she wore that all, like her face and everything was covered up,
Yep.
almost like what he has.
Yep.
And so I did see
The
some.
whole bodysuit with the fake.
Yeah, I didn't see it in person, but I did see online that some people, like they were selling that costume if you wanted to dress up as that.
Well, again, it's things that you might offend people or things we're just tired of.
Yeah.
I think that people are getting a little tired of her. based on the Ram game the other day, which he got booed so bad.
Yep. Now, I don't know if people are getting tired of this place. I know I'm not. But I was very surprised to see that the past few years it was in first place and then it fell to 10th place. And I'm talking about these are the fast food drive-thrus, the fastest and the slowest. Now, the place that is one of my favorite, and this is its 22nd annual drive-thru study that they do. It's QSR and InTouch Insights. Chick-fil-A has been number one for fastest for years.
Yeah, and nicest.
Well, that's not, so this isn't it. Right now, they do fastest and slowest. KFC is number one. 302.6 seconds is what they say it takes from you from getting your order to getting your food.
Now I have a question right away.
Yes.
Does this have anything to do with the amount of people there? Because every time, I don't see, in our area, there's not a lot of KFC. There's one in Boca, but there's never anybody in line.
Mm-hmm. No, but what I think I read with the study, it's not that there's nobody there. I mean, I have to see what they do to get all these stats and data, but they try to make it
even for everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And Taco Bell, which I can see is at number 2. Then you have Hardee's, Dunkin' Donuts, Carl's Jr. As I mentioned, Chick-fil-A down at number 10. But despite that, Chick-fil-A has had a pretty poor showing in speed. It did tie with Carl's Jr., which I don't think we have any Carl's Jr. in this area.
I don't know what.
It did tie with them to score the highest in customer satisfaction. So even though people still have to wait a little bit, they're very satisfied with, and it's not just the food, it's the with the satisfaction they count staff friendliness as well as customer expectations about how quickly they expect to receive their food. So even though it was there at number 10 at 509.1 seconds, I guess people are okay with that wait because they know they're going to get something great quality and the staff is taking care of them. And they're pleasant.
I think when you go to Chick-fil-A, you see it, but you know there's a line. You're not walking in Chick-fil-A and there's no cars there. You know it's going to be packed. There's always a line around the block, wherever you see them. I mean, just any time of day, it seems like there's always a line.
Well, I don't think they're factoring, waiting in line as part of it. Because my daughter worked at Panera Bread, and they counted from the time you pull up to when the vehicle stops to place its order, that's when the clock starts. Because they push, that's a big thing that they push, right?
Yeah.
It's all about speed and speed and speed and speed and speed. Another part of this survey too was about the accuracy on getting your orders correct. What bothered me about it when my daughter used to tell me about it is that that also includes a time that when the car pulls up and then they go, okay, I'm going to look at the menu here and decide on what I want. Well, that's part of the time that's included. Unfortunately, in the employee, whether or not they're doing their job right. In this particular case, it would probably count in this type of a survey too, and that's an unfortunate part about that because I don't know, how do you account for that? That's not exactly fair in my book.
No, well, there's a lot of people who don't know what they're going to order at all. And they're there every day.
I pulled up a couple times, and I'm not sure exactly what I want. I want to look at the menu real quick. And of course, that's unfortunately part of it. I don't know. Now, this was done by mystery shoppers, too. So I don't know how much of that type of a factor went into it, which is pretty cool, because I know we hear about those mystery shoppers from time to time and how they're looking for. But there was 1,500 locations nationwide from June to July is how they got this information. And some of the and like I said, the other part of it too was the accuracy. Let's see, who was most accurate? Do you have that, Franny? I'm trying to see.
I have the full study in front of me, but I know I have to scroll because this is it's pretty lengthy. Accuracy here, category definitions. It looks like as far as accuracy, tied for number 1 was Arby's and McDonald's.
Oh, and you mentioned about the long lines. On average, Chick-fil-A did have the most cars in line, but they weren't last just because of long lines. They measured lane wait times and at the window service time. So it's more that, right? So what you would expect it to be, you actually interacting with the people there.
I think they all do a good job. I'm not a big fast food guy, but once in a while I'll go to Chick-fil-A, and they seem like, they're always nice.
Well, and that's what they said. Nobody said they weren't doing a good job. As I mentioned, a lot of people are still pleased with their service, where this is just as far as fastest and slowest when it comes. Yeah, exactly, speed.
Did you say Wendy's had the most or the worst accuracy?
No, I didn't say which one had the worst. Yeah, it was, what would I say? Arby's and McDonald's had the most accurate. Yeah.
And who was the quickest again?
It was KFC.
Oh, that's right.
KFC, and Taco Bell and Hardee's and Dunkin'. By the way, for whatever reason, if you're wondering, Starbucks was not included For whatever reason. They didn't include Starbucks in this. And the only reason why I say that is because Dunkin' was part of it. So, but
maybe they just didn't want to be involved. Maybe they declined.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if you have an option. I think they just kind of pick. They are maybe there's not as many drive-through Starbucks as there are all these other establishments we're talking about.
Right, and just I mean, and I know this is going to sound really silly, but I don't go to Starbucks. I mean,
it's more of a process.
Times. I was going to say, what do they have for fast food? I mean, is there a lot? Do they have sandwiches?
Yeah, they have breakfast sandwiches. They have pre-made lunch box and snack boxes, but it's not as much as a Dunkin'. And maybe they just take them out of the mix, and because sometimes these coffee orders are ridiculous.
Well, the mocha latte,
yes,
double
pump, almond milk, you can do pumps.
I'll show you later, Creek.
You can do pumps.
I appreciate it.
I'll also show you how you can switch hands again.
I heard double pump. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's an option. How many pumps of this do you want? How many pumps of that do you want?
That's going to be costly.
877-927-6969. How many pumps do you want today?
I like 2 pumps in my coffee.
Nice. Good to know. Duly noted.
I got my grande pumpkin spice with 2 pumps because it comes with 3 or 4, and I just cut it down a bit.
Oh, is it extra for 3 or 4 pumps?
Well, no, it comes with it, and so to cut down on the sugar and the calories, I do less on it.
Do they charge you less?
No. They still charge you the same.
Same amount of pumps.
Yes, the same.
My editing skills getting put to the test right now.
I'm just trying to make a healthier beverage, and so that's why I cut down on the amount of pumps.
I understand. Again, if you guys have an amount of pumps that you like, let us know.
Nice. Who's your favorite fast food, Franny?
Chick-fil-A.
Is it Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Greek? Do you have a favorite? I mean, I just because you don't go a lot doesn't mean you don't have a particular one you like to seek out.
I would say Burger King.
Really?
Yeah, I like to get a Junior Whopper.
Interesting.
I get a Junior Whopper and a water.
Fair enough.
Last time I went through a Burger King drive-through, no knock. It's just been I just haven't thought about it. It's been forever.
I'm not McDonald's. I'm always a brand, like one side of the Yankees, Mets.
Yeah, sure.
What about you, Jimmy?
Well, obviously it would be White Castle. If there was more of them, that's an obvious given. But since there aren't around a lot, and if I ever do, it would probably be Wendy's. I like their chicken sandwich. I mostly would.
I like Wendy's too.
It's the first one I would think of.
Yeah, I like Wendy's too. Once in a while to get like a junior cheeseburger.
I don't know if you ever want to do spicy again after that Pocky One Chip Challenge.
Tell you what.
But
Tuesday, I just got my taste buds.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A does a very good spicy grilled chicken sandwich.
Oh, do they?
It's got a nice kick to it.
I'll have to try it then.
It's pretty delicious.
It is the Penthouse. I know we got a couple people on hold. We'll get back to you with a trifecta. And then 11:45, your chance to win tickets for Rap. It's a 4-pack. You and 3 friends. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Racetrack. You asked, Racetrack answered. The waffle breakfast sandwich is back. Savory sausage, egg, and cheese, all stacked between 2 fluffy sweet waffles. Pick up a waffle breakfast sandwich before it's gone again. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. At participating locations.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. In office, West Palm Beach.
A new season is here, and with it, major delays being reported due to another killer doll with a shady plan. Just how many Chuckies are there? Chucky is here to chuck stuff up, including our freeways. Chucky Season 2, Wednesdays 9, 8 Central, only on USA and Sci-Fi.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Still dealing with a crash off to the shoulder, 95 southbound, just north of Yamato Road. And we still have backups going on along the turnpike. Crash blocking a right lane to the south of Boynton Beach Boulevard. This is on the northbound side. And from Atlantic Avenue, you have stop-and-go delays. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Cleveland Clinic, Florida. What does it mean to be a nurse at Cleveland Clinic, Florida? To them, it means supporting the health of our communities while getting the support you need for your career with one of Florida's top hospital systems. Further your nursing career at clevelandclinicflorida.jobs.
John Mellencamp returns to the road, and iHeartRadio is getting you there. We'll fly you and a guest to the tour date of your choice and set you up with VIP tickets to the show. Plus, slap a backstage pass. Enter for your chance to win now at iHeartRadio.com/John Mellencamp.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Hey, Greek, this is Bruce from Jackrabbit Dream Ranch, where all your male-on-male fantasies come true. Just wanted to call to congratulate you and say you're welcome for your physical. You know, it's not a coincidence that your blood pressure went down the moment you started coming to Jackrabbit Dream Ranch. And as far as what your doctor's recommended of putting some weight on, our resident chef, Sexy Stu, has offered to put you on the all-sausage diet. So stop by tonight, Greek, and we'll stuff you full of sausage.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Thank you for the kind words. I will keep that on my agenda tonight.
You're going to love the all sausage menu.
You never know. I mean, again, sometimes you got to change it up a little. Jimmy's in the house.
Try the spicy sausage. Good morning.
Oh, I don't want to go spicy. I can't handle that. Francis is here.
Hey, happy Wednesday.
And we have somebody on hold. Who do we have, Jimmy?
We do. We have our buddy Toot checking in with us. Hey, Toot, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Toot, how are you, pal?
All right. Oh, man, yesterday flipped me out because I listened to the beginning of the show, and right off the bat, there was a caller.
Yeah.
And it was me.
Oh, wow. You're a star.
Like, whoa, how did I do that?
I'm at work, and I'm looking at my phone like, what the? I'm like, is there another me out there?
Oh,
Yeah.
one.
Alternate universe.
You never know. You could be a twin out there you don't know about.
Bizarro world. Bizarro world.
What's the one on Stranger Things? The Upside Down? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
the upside down. Yeah, could be the upside down.
Yep.
What did you think of your voice and your call?
Oh, man, that sounded great.
It's like, I'm a star.
Yeah, somebody's been listening to Greek.
Yeah, I have the perfect face for radio.
You're pretty. Don't let anybody tell you different.
I know, right? But yeah, about that Chick-fil-A, I pass by all the time, and that line is always long. Except for Sundays, because they always close on Sundays.
I've
gone on Sundays.
I feel like they
24 hours long.
I feel like they get you through pretty quick because they divided it into 2 lanes now, and they have workers that are taking your order before you don't even have to go over to where you would the intercom thing. To me, it's pretty efficient, but I don't know. Somebody had a really good idea. They said that they were going to open up a food truck that was similar to Chick-fil-A and just put it next to Chick-fil-a on Sundays. I was like,
there you go.
That's pretty smart.
I have seen that. Yeah. I tell you the one thing. Obviously, this survey was really looking about their drive-throughs. One of the things that's really gotten annoying to me because I've been picking up some fast food from my parents a little bit lately, and that is that you go on inside. Because that's usually what I do. I order inside. I don't go to the drive-thru. And you got to wait for 10, 15 minutes for somebody just to come to the cash register. It's like they don't care about the cash register, the people inside anymore. It's all about the orders online and the app or the drive-thru.
I've seen that at Dunkin' Donuts, and I've seen that at Starbucks.
Yep.
I walked in, nobody there.
Nobody at the register.
And they didn't really pay attention.
Nope.
And I had to get somebody's attention twice.
Yeah.
And say, hey. And then they turn around and they say, okay, I got to wait a minute.
Yeah.
And more, like you said, online because people are coming in and the cars.
Yeah. Now, the order still gets in. Like if you go to the kiosk, you can go to the kiosk. No, I can't speak for, you said Dunkin'. I don't know if that Dunkin' has a kiosk. But I'll just say the Golden Arch is one that I went to. So you can put your order in. So they get the order just like they get every other order, whether it's through the app or on the drive-thru. But still, you got to wait. If you have to pay cash and you got to wait for someone to come up to the register, you're just going to be there a while.
Yeah, even at Chick-fil-A.
They don't focus on it at all.
Yeah, they don't like cash, too. If you give them cash, they look at you like, oh, God, I got to make change or something like that. I don't have it.
It's amazing.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen the girl go, I don't have any change.
Imagine if it was just like the soup Nazi.
Yeah. No soup for you.
From Seinfeld. I'll have the lobster bisque and then just walk on through. That's it.
Yep, and then you just do it the way you can. Yeah, but every place has got a different format. But it does seem like when you walk inside, nobody's there. It's confusing. You think you get in and out quick, but you don't.
All right, guys. You guys have a beautiful day. I just wanted to call and say hello.
Oh, thank you too. Always appreciate the call, and I'm glad you became a star yesterday. It's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's trifecta.
It is the wild card round in baseball. There was 4 games yesterday from 12 o'clock to 11:30 last night, and everybody played. And one big upset was the Phillies beating the Braves. Yankees did win 4-1. Cole pitched a great game. Astros walk-off 3-run homer, which was amazing. And the Dodgers beat the Padres 5-3. Draymond Green is going to be back with the Warriors tomorrow. He was left for a few days because he had a fight with a teammate. Punched somebody right in the face, pulled. The video came out. And they fined him. They did not suspend him. Whether or not the NBA does something, as of now, this is what's happening. There is speculation that Draymond will not be with the Warriors next year and possibly be with the Lakers. He is very friendly with LeBron James. And if you like David Chappelle, he's going to be here for the holidays. That's right. He's going to be here for the holidays, 27th and 28th at Hard Rock Casino Hotel to Qatar, performing for you 2 more shows. He was here about 3-4 months ago. Sold out crowds and a great review from a lot of people, but he's going to be here the 27th and the 28th. I've got a lot of requests already for his big event and concert. Everybody loves him, and he's the icon. He really is. But again, you want to get tickets, I would look into it right now. I would not wait because secondhand market, I'm sure, is going to be very expensive. And that is a small arena. I think it only holds about 7,000 people. And that is your trifecta. Peace.
We want your dumbass of the day?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Franny sort of set it up earlier because it's another jerk that used a laser pointer, and it came back and got a bit him in the ass. So this time, a 46-year-old man in California named Scott Sosa was driving on a highway after midnight on Saturday, and he sped up on a female driver who he felt was driving too slowly. So he ended up passing her, merged back in front of her, and of course, what a lot of jerks like to do, what do? You jam on your brakes, right?
Yep.
So you're causing
Happened to
problems
me.
and all kinds. It happens almost so often, and yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I don't know why people do that. So the woman flashed her headlights at him, and of course, he didn't like that. So he pulled up and sort of kind of next to her and started to flash one of those green laser pointers at her. And, of course, what did it do? It distracted her, and she crashed into him. Thankfully, no one was injured. When the cops showed up, they confiscated the laser pointer, and Scott was cited for brandishing a weapon and given a court date. But I tell you what, there's one that I mean, it sucks because obviously she got
in the accident.
in the accident and everything too. But I guess if there's any good thing that came out of it, at least it damaged his car as well and caused some grief for him. That laser pointer really bothers me.
I know.
Especially with the pilots, because, man, I tell you what, you
Dangerous.
take down an airplane, and boy, imagine if that crashes into a school or crashes into a daycare center or something like that. We see it all the time. Even something like this, when it happens on the road, can you imagine what kind of disaster you could create if you pointed one of those lasers?
What are these people
Boom, it just
thinking?
instantly blinds you, too. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. It's not like you can. I mean, even if you try to hit your brakes and slow down, you're blinded. I mean, you can't see anything with those things. It's just amazing.
And it happens all over.
It's once a week. It almost feels like the Franny's got a story in What the Florida about somebody doing
with a
something
laser
like this.
pointer. You're right.
Remember a couple years ago, it happened in the NFL for a while.
Yeah.
They got Brady.
Uh-huh.
Remember?
Yeah.
And they obviously they kicked the
It's
guy out.
happening in sports, but most notably football.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was happening at sporting events. But so one is, I don't know why, if maybe just my love of flying is the one that it makes me always feel worse when it happens to a pilot, because it seems to happen to like sheriff's officers that are, in the helicopters.
Yeah.
And
It's very
Way too
dangerous.
often.
A lot of times when Franny does those stories, but man, it just bothers me.
I hope that is a stiff penalty if you get caught.
Yeah.
It should be.
I mean, they really got to crack down.
It
on
should be
that.
like 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
God forbid, depending on where it's at. But yeah, it's something like you said becomes a trend with people who are just don't have a full deck of cards.
I mean, but brandishing a weapon, that's what he was charged with here in this case. I mean, what's going to happen to the dude? He's going to get a fine, like a $500 fine. I don't know. It's disappointing.
I agree with you 100%.
But,
But like anything else, if they make the penalty stiff, then people will think twice.
it's the problem, right?
But they don't.
You got to, and you got to prosecute these people.
Yeah, they definitely do, because that's not good. You don't want that when you're driving. Like you said, he got in an accident too, but so did a girl. And she's innocent, and that's not fair. 877-927-6969 on the table today. What do you think is an inappropriate Halloween costume or something you were just tired of? You're like, you know what? I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of seeing it. Let me know. Give us a call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy, Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the three ways you can always check us out and get involved in the show. And if you want to look at us, you can go to our website and go to Real TV. That's sponsored by Monroe's. Don't forget, Monroe's of Palm Beach, Monday night. Great place to watch football game. Boobs and buckets. And Monroe's of Palm Beach will always be a great place, open till 5 a.m. with great entertainment. You can check out Francis, Jimmy, and myself in studio doing what we do, and your guys probably on the other side and say, what do they do? We're doing
Not much.
What do they do?
Not much. By the way, we'd also like to, if I can, real quick before we start up our contest here, just a quick reminder that the iHeart Cares is still continuing and going on, and Real Radio and iHeart wants to help with iHeart Cares. Now, this is a little bit of relief effort. We're trying to help some people over on the West Coast. Obviously, that was devastated after Hurricane Ian, and we partner with the Salvation Army of Palm Beach County, and we're trying to get together and get a couple bucks to help out our friends over there. If you would, go to realradio921.com/Ian. That's realradio921.com/Ian, IAN. And it's a quick and easy way that you can help financially. And maybe we'll get some money over there and help some people out. See that one good feel-good story that a piano that had washed up?
Yeah.
And some
I saw
people
that.
over there playing the piano. But it's another story you can look up. But realradio921.com/Ian is a way you can help monetarily. Our friends over on the West Coast, help them get back to normal.
They're saying that Causeway to Sanibel is supposed to be up and going October 21st.
That is just
Isn't that crazy?
Mind-boggling. Because
Right?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
That helicopter shot that went over the whole thing and then the island itself. I can't. I looked at that and I thought that's going to be years.
Yeah.
Before that would be operational
We're-
again. And here we're talking what,
9
a month?
days. 9 days from and 9 days from now is when they're going to be doing when they're saying.
I just thought, how much earth did they have to haul over there?
Well, it's open right now for emergency vehicles, so it is
Yeah.
open, and they're saying residents will be able to go over on October 21st.
It's fantastic.
So I know how quickly they did that.
That's amazing.
Because
Just
Ian was on
absolutely
the 23rd. Am I right on that? Does that? I don't know, but yeah, about a month.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
877-927-6969. If you want to go to Rapids Water Park, it's a 4-pack. It's coming at you. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. Jimmy will get you on, and we will start the contest. Again, 877-927-6969. Rapids Water Park 4-pack for you and 3 of your friends, or maybe people you're not friendly with, and maybe 3 of your exes. Maybe you could get together and just have a good time, enjoy South Florida. It's going to be 90 today. That's what they're calling for. Today be a great day for Rapids. So you guys can win and have a great time on Real Radio. Every day we got a prize at 11:45. It's our way of thanking you guys.
And I'm sorry, you said we're playing Who's Most Likely to?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's most likely to? And once Jimmy gets them on, after you guys make some calls, we will start the contest. I know there's a lot of Dolphin fans out there, and they're playing the Minnesota Vikings, and I don't think there's been any news yet of the quarterback situation. And
I know that Tua is allowed to practice, is what I saw.
Really? Oh,
It
wow.
looks like, it looks like Teddy, is it Bridgewater?
Yes.
He's still under the concussion protocol, but they're saying that Tua is out there, returned to practice field, still in concussion protocol, but he's out there. I know they say he can't really, which is weird. They were like, what I read is like he really couldn't be around anybody or anything like that. But
I don't think he's playing Sunday. I don't think so.
But they said he was out, returned to practice field today. He began throwing the football. However, they say he's highly unlikely to play in the Dolphins' battle with the Minnesota Vikings over the weekend, as G said. So it looks like Teddy Bridgewater. I just pulled up the article, is still under concussion protocol and he's not at practice right now.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be the third string guy again.
Skylar Thompson.
He didn't do a bad job last week. Maybe this week with a whole week more preparation, he'll do better. Vikings are a very good team. They have a good record. They're 4-1. They're in first place. So it is going to be tough tough game on them. And obviously with 2 out in Bridgewater, you're going your third string quarterback. That's not a good situation. The Patriots had that last week, and they ended up beating Detroit 26-0.
Shut him out.
So
You
who
just
knows?
beat him and shut him out.
Yeah.
Damn.
You never know. And I know a lot of people had the Lions because I must have heard that Sunday morning so many times. We talk about it all the times. When everybody's on one side, it happened Monday night. Everybody I know had the Chiefs -7 and the Raiders cover.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody. I mean, it's just everywhere I went. I mean, everywhere. I had it myself. And everywhere I went. And then same thing. Everything I heard, Detroit Sunday morning. Patriots got third string quarterback. There's no way. And they shut him out, like you said.
Yeah.
And Detroit going in was one of the highest scoring teams in the league.
What a year, huh?
Oh,
what a year is just
upside down.
The unexpected happening just week after week after week. I mean, look at the Jets. The Jets are in second place. and again, I'm not taking a shot at the Jets. Actually, I'm giving them kudos for being there. I mean, but other than Jet fans, who would have thought it?
Jet fans didn't. We know a lot of Jet fans.
And the same thing with the Lions. I mean, the Lions came out of the gate, and even in the games that they've lost, they scored a lot of points. So, there's a lot of high expectations, but yet they're 1-4.
Yeah.
Just what like you normally see with the Lions each year. It's and now with the Vikings, right? So when are the Vikings going to fall off? Because that's them every year. They start out great. They got a good first half of the season. So where's the prediction game come in for that? When are they going to fall off?
You never know.
We'll have to wait and see, right? Any given Sunday. But yeah, if you want these tickets, it's a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. This is South Florida's largest water park with over 42 rides and attractions. This is good through, it looks like the season ends November 27th. So if you're like, yes, I want to go, make sure you're able to go by November 27th. I know I'm going to be out and about, and I will give you a date coming up soon. That's going to be within the next, it's going to be within the next month. So I'll let you know, and maybe you can save those tickets and come on out when I'm there. But yeah, 877-927-6969. We're going to play Who's Most Likely To. If you are new to the program, that's where I ask you a question. It's who's most likely to is how I begin it. And then I give you a scenario, and it's either going to be Greek, Jimmy, or Francis. And if you guess correctly, because we're going to place our votes here silently in the penthouse, and if you guess correctly, you're on the same page as all of us, then you're going to walk away with that 4-pack of tickets. So let's get you on the line.
Make it happen, people. Pick up that phone and have a great day of fun with you and your friends. Rapids Water Park. Jimmy will get you on the line, and we will make that contest happen for you. And before you know it, NBA will be back next week, too. Miami Heat are opening. I know hockey opened up last night, too. It's a time of year where all 4 sports are going, which is an unusual time when you have football, basketball, baseball, and hockey playing all at the same time. Hopefully the Panthers they had a good year last year, a great year last year, but they didn't do good in the playoffs. They lost in the first round. And I know we got a lot of Panther fans out there, and people always say, Greek, you don't talk enough hockey. Why not? Well, this year we're going to try to give you guys a little bit more love and put the puck in the net a little bit more for you. And you guys can help us, too, by calling. And if you have some information about the Panthers or opinions, we always want to hear it. But the Dolphins' main story, obviously, college football this weekend, big game, Alabama and Tennessee. That's going to be a huge game. And Alabama's starting quarterback, might not be playing. They're in Tennessee, I believe, and they're still an 8-point favorite, which blows my mind.
Me too, because Tennessee, they're scaring me. We play them November 5th. By we, I mean the Georgia Bulldogs. So I'm worried about that one. Yeah.
See what happens this week. Jimmy, we're ready for the contest?
We are ready, and we're starting with our friend Brad. Brad, welcome to the penthouse.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm ready.
All right, Brad. We're going to play a little game called Who's Most Likely To for a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. Franny's going to read a scenario. The 3 of us are going to vote for who's most likely to fit that scenario, and then you have to guess who we voted for. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, so let's do this. I'm going to ask you the question and just give us a brief moment to silently place our votes, and then Jimmy will cue you up for your answer. Out of the 3 of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to offer to host a Super Bowl party and then doesn't show up to their own party? Give us a moment.
All right, we have our answer, Brad. Out of the 3 of us, who is most likely to throw a Super Bowl party, then not show up being the host?
I am going to have to go with the Greek.
But why?
And you would be correct.
Great job, Brad. Congratulations.
Nice job, Brad. All right, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
Want to go to Super Bowl party?
He won't be there.
What are you doing in February? Brad, I'm going to put you on hold if you would. Hang tight for a couple minutes. I'm going to get back with you on break, and we'll get you set up with those tickets to Rapids Water Park. Great job, man. Great job. There you go.
Yeah, one and done.
Yeah, that's how I like it. And if you're like, dang it, I believe
That's
we're...
how really... That's
it.
All right.
Friday, we're going to have them back, a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. Same time, 11:45. But tomorrow, if you like to get spooked in like haunted houses, in fact, there's 3 terrifying haunted houses, live music, scare zones. I know they have food, all kinds of fair food. It's a great time. That's Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds. We have a 4-pack of tickets to that. And that will be tomorrow in the penthouse.
Baby, it's me, Cinnamon.
Is that at Fright Nights?
Scary, yeah.
Is that at Fright Nights?
That's just as
You can
scary.
see it.
That's very scary.
Baby, it's me, Bob.
That's definitely at Fright Nights. Barbara is definitely in one of the scare zones.
That's scary.
Yes.
Barbara and Cinnamon. My
Oh,
God.
boy.
What a weekend.
Sounds like a party to me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, my God. They both need a mask. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. We had on the table today Halloween costumes that you think you're just tired of, or maybe you just say, you know what, you shouldn't do that anymore. Give us a call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Well, you want a feel-good story?
Yeah.
No.
All right. No? Okay.
Just kidding.
Wow. That was strong.
Give me something depressing. No, yes.
I want misery.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. It starts out. It starts out a little sad, and then it turns around. So 20,
Oh, like a Disney movie.
yeah, just like a Disney. That's actually. This might get turned into a Disney.
Okay.
movie. 25-year-old Paige King of Reading was one of the 6 people struck and injured by a bull that jumped into the crowd at the Reading Rodeo in California. This happened back in May, right?
Okay.
So one of the things that the action is, while this, it's one of those things. So she, the action's going on. She turns away for a brief minute, turns back to look at the show going on, and boom, there's a bull in your lap, right? Anyway, So what had ended up happening is she gets taken to the hospital. They do a CAT scan on her, and they found a lump in her neck.
Oh, wow.
And come to find out that it was cancer. So now that they were able to find that out, and after the cancer came to light, an American rodeo announcer heard the story. And his name is Bob Tallman, and he told the family that when he found out that it was cancer, so he knew of a place in Texas that you could get treated for very well. So he offered to pay for all her treatments to be able to go out there. And wait, there's even more. So fast forward a little bit. After discovering her health crisis, Paige, who works as a house cleaner, was on her way to her client's home, and she was unaware of this. She went there, and it ended up being the home of the people that owned the bull.
What?
They jumped on her. It was one of those weird coincidence type stories.
Wow.
Yeah, it was odd. So
That is.
And of course, what do you have to do? Because this all goes on social media. She took a selfie with the bull.
Oh, the bull was there at the house?
Yeah.
Is it a living room?
In the barn in the back, yeah.
The bull, like, I'm sure she was like, man, that is the worst luck ever that happened to her. But then good luck and a twist of fate because
They
she
discovered
found something she would never have discovered if she didn't go in there.
Might have saved her life.
This
She
happens.
did know.
This happens so often, and it's just one of those weird things. It's almost like
Kismet.
something better. Like there's something larger out there that's trying to send you a message, whether it's God or whatever you believe in, or your guardian angel.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. You think
It's
something's
nutty.
bad, turns out to be something good.
Yeah.
Like you
I
said.
mean, it's still bad. She has cancer, but she wouldn't have known
Might save her
if
life.
it wasn't for this. Exactly.
And, it didn't go into her injuries too deep as far as, what it was from the, what she got at the rodeo from the bull itself. So I'm guessing that, they obviously weren't life-threatening and it wasn't anything too bad.
Still doesn't sound like it'd be great. Bulls are heavy.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever been sat on by them. I haven't. I'm kidding. But
and there were 6 different people, 6 people hurt from it. So fortunately, there was nothing else in the article. I hope everybody was okay as far as that was concerned. But yeah, she ends up having thyroid cancer, and they were able to find it by doing a CAT scan on her for her other injuries from what happened at the rodeo. That is just amazing how just get lucky sometimes, right? Like what seems like bad luck turns into good luck.
Yeah. It happens every day in a lot of different scenarios, but in this case, it might have saved her life, which is a great thing. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. We got a lot more coming at you on a Wednesday. Franny's going to come back with some fun facts about pasta and so much more.
Yeah,
Peace.
This must be why God created YouTube.
Well, this and cat videos, but mainly for the cat videos.
Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Racetrack. You asked, Racetrack answered. The waffle breakfast sandwich is back. Savory sausage, egg, and cheese, all stacked between 2 fluffy sweet waffles. Pick up a waffle breakfast sandwich before it's gone again. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. At participating locations.
Did you know that testosterone plays a key role in muscle mass, sex drive, mood, quality of life, and your thinking ability? And if any of those things are lacking in your life, then it's time you got in touch with my friends over at Begin Anew Med Spa. Hey, this is Franny, and when most men hear med spa, you automatically think, oh, that's a woman thing. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. It is an everyone thing. Check them out and set up a consultation online at beginanewmed.com. You can check out your testosterone, talk about whether testosterone replacement therapy is right for you. And while you're at that consult, inquire about their array of services. Laser hair and tattoo removal, body contouring, facials, IV therapy, they have it all. So far, I've had Botox, filler, and the game-changing Morpheus 8 treatment, which has smoothed out and tightened the texture and appearance on my face. All 3 of those non-invasive procedures have me looking great on the outside, and their optimal wellness and the peptides I am on have me feeling incredible on the inside. Feel healthier, younger, and more confident at any age with the help of Begin Anew Med Spa. BeginAnewMed.com.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
It's midterm season. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis to give you a greater understanding of the races, the results, and what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC.
The groundbreaking podcast Bone Valley uncovers startling new evidence that could solve a crime committed in 1987 and free a man who was unjustly convicted. Join Pulitzer Prize-winning author Gilbert King for an exploration of one of Central Florida's most shocking mysteries.
And the whole drive down, I can't shake what Judge Cupp keeps telling me about Leo Schofield.
This guy is innocent. God help us if we can't get this right.
Listen to Bone Valley on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Navigating today's real estate market can be tricky. Interest rates are rising, but not as fast as rental rates, and home insurance is about to explode. And housing prices, they still haven't fallen much yet. Really? Not sure what to do? Get the professional advice you need. Call the crew from the Florida Talk Real Estate Show. Our team of experts have helped thousands of our listeners with buying a home, selling a home, getting a home loan, home insurance, and so much more. Call for a free consultation at 888-973-7828. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com.
When you're on the road in Palm Beach County, there is only one name you need to remember, and that's Gordon & Partners. For 20 years, we've been helping people just like you get cash for their crash. If you've been in an accident to no fault of your own, call 833-913-3733 or visit palmbeachcrash.com. That's 833-913-3733 or online at palmbeachcrash.com.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit glasschamberfl.com for more.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real
And podcasts. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Greek, baby, it's me, Cinnamon. Did you tell him yet? I'm running for Miss Boca, and me and Greek need all the votes you boys can put out. Go to The Greek at Real Radio on Instagram for my link. Greek, baby, don't forget to call Paul Mercurio. I want Stephen Colbert to give us a shout out. Have a good day, my little smudgeon-poos. Mwah.
I just thought of the scariest Halloween costume ever. Bizarro Franny. Just like how Bizarro Superman is the opposite of Superman, Bizarro Franny is a die-hard Florida Gators fan. She loves saying the word moist, and she's head over heels in love with Greek. Ah! The horror! Ah!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It's the scariest thing I've heard all day.
All day? I was going to say thank you. I really appreciate that because you helped my confidence. I thought you were going to say,
anything.
thought you were going to say all year.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Sorry, I didn't know which one. I can't tell sometimes. The voices are so similar. But thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it. And thank you, Cinnamon, running for Miss Boca. I think you're going to win, but try.
Can't wait. What's her talent?
Hopefully disappearing. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. We had Halloween costumes, ones that are not appropriate, or maybe you're just tired of.
Oh, quickly, before I get into some fun facts, I did get a text at 47142. Start off with Real Radio. We have here, I can't dress up as Jimmy for Halloween because I would get arrested for walking around with no pants. That's probably quite true. Yeah, I may not want to do that. Let's see. Regarding a Halloween costume, I'm tired of seeing people who dress like a male member. Does that happen often?
Apparently.
I'm not going to finish the rest of that text message.
Thank you.
No, yeah. And then fast food talk. Somebody said Chick-fil-A does have a great customer service, but I've never understood the craving for their food. To me, it's some of the blandest fast food on the market today. And I responded back with, how dare you? But everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. And then we have, after spending 10 days in Northern California, nothing even comes close to In-N-Out Burger. The hype is beyond real.
It's unbelievable, that place. I mean, I went there once last year, first time ever. I mean, Franny was there before.
I've been there a handful of times. Yum.
But, man, people just rave about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like lap dance with whipped cream. I mean, they go crazy for it. You got any fun facts?
I do, yeah. It's Franny's Fun Facts. So it's not about pasta like Greek told you it was going to be.
Oh, damn it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Great preparation for it.
Right? It's Farmer's Day, and so this is kind of because my mom, I consider her a farmer, so I am doing fun facts about that. Also, it's National Pet Obesity Day. Listen, all of our pets come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, but sometimes their size can get a little out of hand. So if you got a pet that's a little on the chunky side, you may want to help them lose some weight. Yes, because it's their health too. Those little hearts, you need to help them out. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I ended up getting my pet because lately, this is how the show works. Squirrel, my golden, she weighs what she's supposed to. She's a very healthy weight, but I don't know what's going on. She's been eating her food so fast, and she has, but like more fast than before. And now, like, she does it where after she's done eating, she shakes and she's making herself sick because she scarfs it down so fast. So my husband today, Amazon Prime Day, bought her one of those maize food. Have you seen those? The maize bowls?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a maize, so it makes them eat more slow, makes them eat slowly when they, and I don't know how she's going to deal with it. Because my bulldog's not going to have one, so she's going to be like, look at her, she's done, and I got to go through a damn maze? This is stupid.
Well, we are number one in the country. That's what she'll say. We are
Bulldogs?
Georgia. Yeah, we're Georgia.
Yeah.
We're number one.
She's like, this is dumb. I got to eat through a maze, and she just put her face in a bowl. All right, let's get into some fun facts. These are about farmers. Most farms are actually family-owned enterprises. I said there's actually 3 generations of farmers on the Vesey farm that they talk about here, but family farms represent 98% of all farms in the United States. Yep, 98%. What many people don't know is that most farms are passed down from generation to generation. A lot of people think there's these big corporations, big things that own farms, that instead of most of them are family farms. Mm-hmm. Farmers are actually high-tech. These days, they use drones to monitor their fields, high-tech machines to harvest their crops, and smartphone apps to manage their operations.
Wow.
They are even leasing their equipment to other growers during off-season through an online platform, just like an Airbnb. So they have it where you can lease out when you're not utilizing it. Pretty cool. Make some money if you're not doing it. Women are farmers too. Claim is that there are 969,672 women farmers in the United States. Nationally, women make up 30% of farmers. In Arizona alone, women make up 45% of the farmers, which is the highest proportion of any state. Also, with this, we got farmers only get 16 cents to $1. On average, farmers receive less than 16 cents of every dollar spent on food due to rising input costs for farmers, including labor, water, land, and other resources, and the continuous implementation of costly buyer and regulatory demands. The historically lean profit margins for fresh produce farmers continue to tighten. So when you think they're like, man, they must make a lot of money off of us. No, not that much. And farmers need to increase food production by 70%. The world population will rise from 7 billion to 9 billion in the next 20 years.
Wow.
So because of that, they have to increase food production by 70% to keep pace. And this is going to be tough with declining resources like water, labor, and land.
Mm-hmm.
So it is definitely going to be a challenge. And then just a small little side note here. They say farmers actually comprise 2% of the population. Only 2% of the U.S. population are farmers. So basically a teeny tiny portion of the population feeds the entire nation. All 319 million of us.
Well, great job by the farmers.
Yes. Thank you, because I like food. And those are your fun facts.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the show. You can ask us anything you want. We'll always be happy to answer to bring you in the show and be a part of the show. We got a lot of text messages today. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Well, here's another sad story for you. A 65-year-old woman in Japan thought she was in a long-distance relationship with a guy from Russia, but he was pulling a big scam on her. He said he wanted to marry her and start a life together, but needed money to move there. How heartwarming, huh? Here's the twist. He claimed he was a Russian cosmonaut, and he was living on the International Space Station, and he needed money to get back to Earth, of course, so they can get together, right?
Oh, my God.
Just a mere $30,000 will get me back to Earth.
That's all.
That's it.
Sadly, she fell for it.
I know. It's terrible.
4.4 million yen that she ended up sending to this guy. It's about $30,000, a little, like Franny just said, a little over $30,000. He said most of it was to cover the, quote, rocket costs.
Oh.
Well, they are pretty high nowadays.
Yeah.
Just ask Elon. She didn't wise up until he continued to ask for more money. That's when she finally realized he might be a scammer and called the police. They've been investigating, but it doesn't sound like she's gotten any of her money back, which is pretty sad. But yeah, I tell you what, you just every time you see more and more scams like this, you got to wonder how they fall for it. But here's somebody 65 years old. We don't know what kind of mental capacity she has. Me, obviously, another person taken advantage of. But can you imagine that? Yeah, I live on the International Space Station, and I need you to send me money for the rocket cost so I can get back and we can be together.
So even if you send her the money, wouldn't you say, well, then how are you going to get it? You're in space.
Yeah.
How are you going to even utilize it?
Well, yeah, he's saying it's going straight into his account. He can just utilize his account, and then he can pay somebody
that's
over
it,
with
yeah.
NASA to go and pick him up.
Okay.
No, this guy, I mean, and that's the thing. We say it out loud, and we're talking about it, and it just sounds so ridiculous. But this guy clearly is very persuasive, had the gift to gab, whatever he did. And not just that, she may have been in a position where she was very lonely and just wanted to believe that this person was real and wanted to be in love, and that sucks. That people prey on. Yeah, that people prey on people like that.
Those are the two ingredients every time: loneliness and love. Every single time. And that's why a lot of times people have said you should always talk to your parents as they get older. Is there anything going on? Are you talking to anybody new, especially if they're involved with the internet and stuff like that? And it is hard sometimes to talk to your parents when they're getting older. And it could be any age, 70, 80, 90, whatever. But you never know. I had somebody that I know, a buddy of mine, that his father got scammed out of a lot of money. Yeah. Didn't know until the very end.
What a shame.
Yeah.
So
absolute
sad.
shame.
He went to go check at the very end and found out tons of the money was all gone that he was given to some woman in, I think, Texas, but she wasn't even there. So you never know. I mean, again, and it just seems, but I think loneliness and love, those are the two things.
And sex.
Yeah. Well, but if you're not seeing them, you're not even having sex.
Well, no, I mean scams. You're talking about what are the most common scams? And that's involved too.
Yeah, you're right. It's not good. So again, think with your head all the time. It is the Penthouse.
Or not that head.
Yeah, that one. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, quick shout out to my buddies Tim and John that's running around. John's from Ohio. I guess he's down visiting our friends here in Vero. So he was just sending a thing saying, "Hey, I'm listening on 101.7. Is that our friend Jimmy?" And I said, "Yeah."
Oh, awesome.
So
thank you for listening.
Shout out to my guys out there. What are you doing? You painting a house or something? Do something, will you? Get busy.
Thank you for listening. And that is your buddy, Jimmy. He is the best. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll tell you about a guy who wants to make a movie on the moon in the Penthouse. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to put a stop to these Glock switches, so it just turns your Glock into an automatic. I saw somebody using one of these.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's
Why are we
very
doing
wild.
this?
To me, it seems like,
I want to try it.
Of course I want to try it.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. MVP's Pro Rewards members visit Lowe's now and earn bonus points on products and brands like DeWalt. Then redeem for Lowe's e-gift cards and more. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees. After applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach. What the Florida is brought to you by Knox & Dunn, strong and true Florida rum. Flavor straight from the barrel, nothing added. Try it today.
The groundbreaking podcast Bone Valley uncovers startling new evidence that could solve a crime committed in 1987 and free a man who was unjustly convicted. Join Pulitzer Prize-winning author Gilbert King for an exploration of one of Central Florida's most shocking mysteries.
And the whole drive down, I can't shake what Judge Cupp keeps telling me about Leo Schofield.
This guy is innocent. God help us if we can't get this right.
Listen to Bone Valley on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Navigating today's real estate market can be tricky. Interest rates are rising, but not as fast as rental rates, and home insurance is about to explode. And housing prices, they still haven't fallen much yet. Really? Not sure what to do? Get the professional advice you need. Call the crew from the Florida Talk Real Estate Show. Our team of experts have helped thousands of our listeners with buying a home, selling a home, getting a home loan, home insurance, and so much more. Call for a free consultation at 888-973-7828. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hayes the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
So sorry the food is late.
You should order through EasyCater. Professionally delivered on time and as ordered.
Totally would, but the E is broken on my keyboard.
Just get IT to fix it.
Totally would. Can't type the word help.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. It's our thing.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
A crash in Delray causing a little bit of a slowdown. It's on the exit ramp, 95 southbound to Atlantic Avenue, so plan on some extra time there potentially. Turnpike, still a right lane blocked in Boynton Beach. This is northbound just before Boynton Beach Boulevard. Your stop-and-go delays start around Atlantic Avenue. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Audible. This fall, find everything you love listening to on Audible. From memoirs and true crime to celebrities and sci-fi. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. On the new season of my podcast, Math and Magic, I sit down with the trailblazers on the frontiers of marketing. Leaders like Susie Deering, CMO of Ford Motor Company.
We are at that moment when it all changes. And I think that a big part of why we're at that moment is everything.
Listen to the new season of Math and Magic on our own iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeartRadio station.
Hey, Greek, it's not Meg. I was trying to think of what we could dress up for Halloween. And I thought maybe I could be the appliance repair person who happens to also be your stepsister. Because, Greek, I'm just saying, I was watching this short documentary film last night about a stepbrother and a stepsister, and the stepsister got stuck in the dryer, and you would not believe what body part the stepbrother used to pull her out. So, Greek, I'm thinking we could recreate that.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Always a great job at a Talk By line. You guys do a good job. Thank you, Whit Germ. Always appreciate your help. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
This guy, this actor always seems like he wants to push the limit. He does his own stunts. He does everything. Jumps out of planes, climbs buildings. He's crazy. Franny, now he's going to try to do something really crazy.
Tom Cruise is going to space.
Here we go. Space Jam 4.
This is this is not new news, but now we're getting more details. It looks like he is set to push his very own boundaries of what filmmaking can be. 60 years old, and he's still doing his own stunts, but they're saying is going to become the first civilian to do a spacewalk outside of the ISS, the International Space Station. Well, I'm curious. So he has a movie in the works. It's going to see him become the first civilian to do the spacewalk. And of course, in this movie, he's like, well, I got to do it, and I got to do it for real.
Yeah.
Screw like going in the studio and pretending like this is happening.
Yeah, on a set.
Yeah. But this is according to BBC News. They say that he plans to take a rocket up to the ISS. I guess the movie plot, Cruise and the director, his name is Doug Liman, pitched to the ISS and the director of this. They were saying, this was during the pandemic too. I guess the movie actually takes place on Earth, and then the character needs to go up to space to save the day. Of course, right? Well, he was like, I want to do it. Like, I really want to go up to space to try, in this film. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's a film. It's fiction. He's not going to be saving the day, but he was like, I want to be the first one up there. And not just that. I mean, this is going to cost a lot of money.
Can't even imagine.
To do. And, well, if he's got a lot of money.
So does the studio.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be using a lot of his money.
No,
I'm sure the studio's writing.
But I'm sure they're like, what? How much did Top Gun Maverick make? $1 billion grossing? All right, we'll do it. Yeah. So I'm curious to see when this will happen.
We already know that the Mission Impossible, it's called Dead Reckoning Part 1, is set to hit theaters July 14, 2023. And then there's going to be another one. So it's a Part 2. There's 2 parts to it. There's going to be Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, which is going to come out the next year.
Oh, my God.
I know. He just keeps on popping out those Mission Impossibles. But yeah, this is, I'm intrigued by what's going to happen with this and when he does go out to space.
What is it going to be more of, Fast and Furious, Mission Impossible, or Nick Cannon having kids?
Oh, well, that's a given. Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
He's got a big head start on that one.
He's got 10.
And there's about 8 more in the works, isn't there?
He's got
8 more kids in the works or Fast and Furious? Which one are we talking about?
Both.
I think Fast and Furious, there's 9. Mission Impossible is like 9.
No, there's over. I thought there was 10.
Is there 10?
Didn't break the double digit?
Maybe.
What?
With Fast and Furious?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I do believe so. So I guess there's a project they're saying reportedly carries a budget of $200 million.
Just for the spacewalk?
Right.
Well, the thing is with that, I mean, how do you got to have a film crew up there too? I mean, it's not just him.
Yep.
So you have to have, and of course they all have to be trained. And how do you get up there? And what do? You hire Elon Musk? Hey, need a lift.
Can we borrow a rocket? I'm sure it's going to go over budget, whatever the number is. But I wouldn't bet against him that he doesn't pull it off because it's Tom Cruise. I mean, some of the stunts that he does, and even I was watching a show one time about him climbing buildings and the side of planes. It's just crazy. And it's amazing they let him do this stuff.
They said a lot of it's being kept under wraps, but they are working with both NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX company. So maybe him and Elon Musk are boys. Even like, all right, just do it on me.
Let's say, whatever permissions
on the arm
they have to get for using the ISS. I mean, obviously that's not something I think Elon Musk can do, but I mean he has the vehicles to get him up there and back, and I could see that. I don't know. I just.
But even for NASA to sign on too, NASA's they signed on to the project. Yeah, because
it'd be interesting to see how they do it and like what. How much benefit will they get from it that they can't do in a studio?
Maybe
right?
a lot of, you're right. I mean, NASA, maybe the press, they'll get a lot of press out of it, obviously, with Tom Cruise.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, they could hype it up big time and get some good pub from that.
Well, so as I mentioned, the budget's about $200 million. They're saying Cruise could earn anywhere between 30 and 60, according to insiders, for the film. But I know the only thing that I've seen as far as costs, because I think this guy's about to go back on up to space again. He wants to do a spacewalk. He went up on, was it Elon Musk's? I don't know, but this gentleman, and he's a civilian, an older guy, like in his 60s. I have to look up the article, but he paid $20 million to do that. Like that's how much it cost for him to go up there.
Oh yeah, the ones where they had the different ones where they had celebrities go up, like William Shatner and a couple of them.
That was Bezos, wasn't that one Bezos?
Bezos, yeah. But I just mean it's a bunch of them doing it different ways of going up and doing it different rides, going up anywhere from 10 to 20 million just to get a seat on one of those things.
I mean, it's their money, and God bless them, but to spend $20 million just to go up there. And you're not going long.
But 20 million of them is $20 to you and I. I mean, it's, when you got that kind of money, it doesn't matter.
20 million, still 20 million. That's a lot of money for a plane ride. But like you said, it's all relative. If you got it, you're like, who cares? This is what I want to do. It is the Penthouse, and this is what we want to do every day: entertain you and make you smile. We're going to come back with a trifecta and a lot more in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. It's the midweek. And don't forget, after us, it's the News Junkie and then the Greek Zone. We'll be back. Peace.
We're everywhere you need to be. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy, 3-time Pro Bowler. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Blindster.com.
Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Vikes as he works his way through concussion protocol. Meantime, the Fins are hopeful wideout Tyreek Hill can play this week despite a foot injury. The Heat, they wrap up their preseason schedule tonight. They'll host New Orleans. And for the first time in 5 years, the U.S. women's soccer team has lost back-to-back matches after they were upset by Spain in a friendly yesterday. I'm Scott Davidson.
Want to say big on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Shop Blindster now and save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO. Offer ends soon. Shop today. Blindster.com.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by Racetrack. You asked, Racetrack answered. The waffle breakfast sandwich is back. Savory sausage, egg, and cheese, all stacked between two fluffy sweet waffles. Pick up a waffle breakfast sandwich before it's gone again. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. At participating locations.
Greek Trifecta is brought to you by 818 Tequila.
Hey, it's Megan, and it's that time of year that we start stocking up for the essentials. For a lot of us, that includes a trip to the liquor store. So put Knox & Dunn Florida Rum on your essentials list. It's so versatile that you'll start your morning with a Knox & Dunn Bloody Mary and end your night with a Knox on the Rocks. You can also go to knoxanddunn.com, click on the bottle shop, and get your favorite local rum conveniently delivered right to your door. Plus, for orders over $40, use the code MEGANSHIPSFREE for free shipping. Play it safe, stock up, and get your own Knox & Dunn Florida Rum today and thank me later.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try Babbel for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Continue to avoid the turnpike northbound. This accident in the Boynton Beach area, it happened just a couple miles to the south of Boynton Beach Boulevard, but the slowdowns, stop and go to stop and crawl, start around Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. 95 looking much better. Had one crash on the southbound exit ramp to Atlantic Avenue. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Stop going it alone for recruiting and staffing. To find the office near you.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in The Penthouse on a Wednesday. A little later, I'm going to give people directions and advice in WWGD. That'll be the last segment of the show. Jimmy's here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon, Francis.
Hello, good afternoon.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Monday Night Football, there was a lot going on the field and off the field. There's a little bit of some drama. Mr. Adams, the wide receiver for the Raiders, who left the Packers, at the end of the game was very upset. The way the game ended, they lost. I don't know if you saw the video, Jimmy or Franny, but it's all over the place. When he was leaving, he I guess you saw the video.
Yep.
He pushed down a photographer. Not cool.
No.
Guy got hurt. He was rushed to the hospital. He's suing, of course. He'll probably end up he'll probably get a 1-game suspension, maybe 2. I don't know. But it's not like him. All reports about him and his behavior for years with the Packers and the Raiders, everybody said he's a very cool guy, very nice to everybody. Just lost his tempers right after the game. The guy's lucky he didn't seriously get hurt, but he did push him down, and that wasn't cool at all. He did apologize after the game in the locker room. He said, "Hey, I'm sorry. I should have never done that." But again, that's not cool, and I'm sure that photographer is going to get a paycheck, and hopefully he's okay. Also, that guy a couple weeks ago in the Ram game, when he ran on the field and Bobby Wagner hit him, he's in a hospital and he has a concussion. Now, I don't think anybody feels bad for him or cares because, again, he ran on the field. This is a totally different scenario. This gentleman was off the field in the tunnel as Adams was leaving Las Vegas Stadium on Monday night, and he got pushed down. Did you see it, Jimmy, the video?
I did, and I'm not going to completely stick up for Adams, but I mean, the photographer did run right in front of him and stop, and I mean, Adams should have, just gone around him and everything. But like you say, he's got off. They just had the loss. It was a last minute, type of a loss and everything. And, his anger, I'm sure, got the better of him there. And it wasn't great. It wasn't a hard push. He just, kind of pushed him. The guy fell backwards. He did a little bit of a LeBron there, too.
He might have.
But it doesn't matter. You can't
touch
that,
people.
Even if somebody runs in front of you like that. But, unfortunately, you're right. He's probably going to get a little bit of a check.
Yeah, he's going to take a little deposit away for them. Probably they're saying 1-game suspension.
Yeah.
That's what they're speculating right now. Another gentleman who had a little bit of some problems off the field, Marshawn Lynch. Everybody knows him. Played for Seattle for years and the Raiders. He's getting hired by Amazon. And some people are surprised that he's getting hired because he just had a DUI in Vegas.
As a spokesperson or to drive Amazon trucks?
He's going to drive one, yeah.
Because you said a DUI, so I'm thinking.
Well, they're surprised because of his behavior. He's going to help them with the games.
I was kidding.
The pregame, and he's going to be there. And people are surprised that he just got a DUI. But I guess with Amazon, they don't care. They're bringing him on. And Marshawn Lynch obviously was in the NFL for years. He's never been a talkative guy. That's the one thing. He always said
He never wanted to talk on pressers, right? What would he say famously?
Isn't that funny?
Yep, I'm only here not to get fined.
Yeah.
And so now he's only here to get paid.
But I told you he's actually quite funny. There was that one, and it's gonna drive me crazy. But there's this detective show where they bring in real celebs, and then they have these scenarios that are set up, but the celebrities don't know what's gonna happen, and they have to solve the crime at the end. And he was on one of them, and he was funny.
Yeah. Well, I guess they see something in him.
Yeah.
Because Amazon's bringing them on Thursday nights. They need some help on Thursday nights. They're a little slow out of the gate so far. I don't know if the team they have doing the game is great, but Marshall Lynch is going to be add to that. He's going to be also add to that lineup. And there was baseball. Go ahead, Frank.
Well, Thursday nights doesn't typically get very great rating. I mean, it's usually the lowest rating of the week. Maybe compared to Monday,
Yeah, it's right there. I think Monday and Thursday. Sunday night's the highest.
Yeah.
And for Amazon, I think it's their first year.
I mean, they typically don't get great games,
Yeah.
Amazon, like you say, first year. There's a lot of things going against them. And I didn't realize that people having trouble knowing how to stream was going to be such an issue.
Yeah.
Apparently that's been a problem too. So, I mean, you got you got Al Michaels. You know? How much more can you want there?
Still, and I watched it home Thursday for the first time because I didn't realize I had Amazon, but a lot of the picture was not clear for me.
Oh, yeah.
Only my picture, I'm just saying.
The video, the audio, both have been bad from what people have been reporting. So,
yeah. A lot of lines, you know what I mean? And then when they would go to replay, it would be off what they were talking about in the replay. Again, this is just my experience at my place. I don't know what else.
Well, it's because I mean, obviously ABC, CBS, Fox, they've had these camera crews, they've had all this equipment, everything all set up for years and years, decades, right? And then you don't think about how a company's got to create all of that all at once.
Yep.
But you would think a company like Amazon would be able to perfect that or get damn close to it.
Yeah.
I have two buddies of mine who have restaurant pseudo bars. And they said now Thursday nights for the last couple of years are busier because of what you said, that people are not sure how to stream. So they want to go there because it's...
Or they don't have it. Simply just don't have it.
Yeah.
Either way. You don't have Amazon Prime.
Yep. And but he said his Thursday nights are better this year. And obviously DirecTV still does the deal with the restaurants.
Right.
So they want to come and know it's on there and that's it. But yeah, I mean, again, it's a work in progress. It's only a third week where it's on. But it's still got some bumps in the road. And again, we expect perfect. We're used to perfect. I mean, that's the whole thing. You put the game on, that's what you want to see. Yeah. You don't want to hear problems with the noise or static or anything like that. So they still got some time. Yankees did win yesterday in the playoffs. It's the wild card round. It started yesterday. All four teams played. Astros had a dramatic walk-off homer, 3-run. Phillies shocked the Braves in round one. That was a big surprise that the Phillies did beat the Braves. And the Dodgers beat the Padres. No surprise. Remember the manager of the Dodgers, Roberts, said in April last year, or March, we will win the World Series. There's nobody better than us. So far, the Dodgers are doing everything he said. And the Yankees won 4-1. Great game by Cole. He finally pitched very well in the playoffs. Last year in the playoffs, he did very bad for the Yanks. And Judge didn't have a great game, but he'll bounce back. And that is your trifecta. 877-927-6969. Who do we have, Jimmy?
We got Frank on the line. Frank, welcome to the Penthouse.
Yeah, how many tutti-frutti little league right fielders does it take to change the light bulb?
I don't know. How many?
9. Where they squeak the screw in the bulb, and its 8 other tutti-frutti friends yell, "Fabulous!"
Oh my goodness!
Wow,
that was
terrible.
Really bad.
Yeah.
How dare you? Really bad. Okay, so last week we talked about rude things that you do if you're going to a dinner party.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that came out that said just if you're going to somebody's house in general as a guest. And one of these things I may have been guilty of doing, maybe more than one of these things.
I want to hear
but
it.
I'm just
Never.
But
I ain't buying that for a minute.
I know. You guys can. This is gonna be a fun game. Guess which one I'm guilty of doing. So these are the 10 rudest things you can do in somebody else's home. All right, let's see if you agree with these. Touch and start moving things.
That's bad. That's bad.
That was on the other list too.
It was, but
but
I've heard, especially with mother-in-laws. And sometimes, and the wife, when the mother-in-law starts like isn't happy with the way maybe the furniture is set up and starts suggesting things or whatever it is, or the way that things are decorated or set up. I've heard that before in real life situations.
At my house, I had one of my friends come over and he moved my beach chairs. like my loungers.
Yeah.
Right? I had him on one side of the pool, and he moved him on the other.
Oh, I bet you were pissed.
I walked out. I go, where the chair?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Don't touch my stuff, man.
Like, who does that?
So what happens if you go over to your girlfriend's house and the mother-in-law has or the her mom has like an ex's picture up? Do you move that?
Yeah.
A wedding picture. What's that?
But no, so some of these are funny. But like, when somebody says make yourself at home, when I say it, when my guests are over, I typically mean it. I do. I've had people house sit for me with the dog.
It's different.
And I really am. I'm like, my booze, the pool, TV, whatever you want, it's yours. The
But
food
that's different than a visit.
and stuff. But yeah, but people are coming and visit and even like would keep your feet off of the furniture.
Yeah.
And I have seen that where people just get way too comfortable.
Kick off their shoes. Hey,
Yes.
if you get a chance, get a beer.
Yeah, way too comfortable. This one's interesting. Expecting a tour.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, the host will invite you or hostess for a tour, but they say don't demand a tour of someone's home. Wait to be invited.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's somewhat rude where you're like, hey, you going to take me around? You want to show me the house?
I used to go through that.
Yeah,
You're going to show
did
me
you?
upstairs, and, you don't feel like it. You're like, no, we're down
Yeah.
here.
And
The only time I've asked for that is when it was a housewarming party.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different.
I
though.
mean,
Yeah.
I would think at that time that's like the one time it would be okay. No, I
Yeah,
mean,
of course.
I don't
'cause it's-
know.
You're celebrating your new house.
That's
How
right.
about
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some say don't take a tour of the house on your own unless it's encouraged by the host or hostess to wander around.
Of course, that's
Yes.
bad.
I know,
You're like
but some
walking in-
people will. And
You
I'm
walk
like,
in somebody's
"Doo-doo."
bedroom. What are you doing? You're in the bedroom.
That's wrong. Oh, sorry, Franny.
Watching TV.
All right. Overstaying your welcome.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good.
Should know when it's time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
The number one complaint they hear from people from the host is about guests who overstay their welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to the host's body language. Maybe if they're yawning, maybe
Yes.
their arms are crossed, maybe they're walking towards the front door.
Maybe they're asleep in bed.
Yeah, that said,
Maybe they went to work.
Even this, I love this. If your host has changed into their pajamas, it's probably a good time. It's time for you to go.
Yeah.
I've seen
it's
that
not a Halloween
happen.
costume.
I have. I've seen that happen. In fact, I was at a house not that long ago, and it's one of my good girlfriends and her man. Like, it's his house, but they went to bed, and there was still like 15 people there. And my husband and I looked, and we were like, maybe we should leave, but he doesn't. I know he doesn't care. He's that kind of guy. Like, as long as we trust you, whatever, have fun in our house. But we still felt like awkward being there. Even and I know because we've slept over their house sometimes if we've drank too much. But it was just one of those. Where did they go? And we noticed that they were gone. And somebody's like, they went to bed. And I'm like, why are there still so many people here? Like, get out.
We watched the game one night. I'll never forget this. And one of my buddies wanted to stay, and he said, "Do you mind if I take a swim before I leave?" It was a Monday night football game or Sunday night, and I was like, "Yeah." I said, "But I'm going to go up." It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll just walk out of the gate." And I was like, "Okay." Like an hour and a half later,
3 a.m.
That's so weird. Can I swim late night in your pool by myself?
and it was like 1:45,
Huh.
and my wife woke me up. She goes, "So and so's still here." Because we can look down. He was there, like, swimming around.
Yeah, swimming around.
Wow.
Cigar going.
I walked
Scotch in the other hand.
It was like 1:45.
Wow.
I love this kid. He cracks me up, but he did it. And
That's
I,
funny.
I walked downstairs. I'm like, "Bro, what's
Yeah,
going on?" He
what are
goes-
you doing?
And he goes, "Just relax." And he goes, "I love this pool."
Yeah. Thanks for having me over.
Yeah. This one, accidents happen, but hiding a mess. Maybe you accidentally spilled a glass of red wine on the carpet or
yeah.
you knocked over a lamp. They said don't try to ignore it or try to hide it, which I bet a lot of people do.
And don't do that now
Yes.
because everybody's got cameras.
Let them know.
Oh, yeah, forget about it.
Inside
You're
the
busted.
house?
I've seen people that have
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
really?
seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go in that house.
But it's common. People have cameras in the house.
Yeah.
Outside of the house, I get, but inside of the house, but maybe like nanny cams or something like
Yeah.
that. But just
Yeah,
all right,
same type of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, they said if you break something, tell the host, let them know as quickly and quietly as possible. You don't have to make a scene about it, whatever, but just let them know. Snooping, and this is the one that I may have done. Refrain from peeking in cabinets and cupboards. You always hear people walk into the bathroom and they were like, "Ooh, what's in that medicine cabinet?"
But what do you think's in there? Scope,
all
toothpaste?
kinds of fun stuff. I just kid. But I don't even know the last time because a lot of the newer homes don't have medicine cabinets.
Yeah, they
that
still-
I've noticed.
Mhm.
Yeah, but so of course it's a little it's natural to be curious, and we've seen this kind of behavior countless movies, right? Where you go in and you start snooping through stuff. But they said resist the urge to look inside of the medicine cabinet. Somebody said that beware that some hosts put glass marbles in the medicine cabinets to catch snoopers in the act. I haven't heard of that. That's funny. So you'll hear them ping around in the bathroom and make a lot of noise, and your host will hear it. I haven't heard that before. That's funny.
Somebody could open it and maybe have a headache, looking for aspirin.
Well, you ask.
Yeah.
You ask the host or hostess, do you have any? Yes, do you have any aspirin, ibuprofen, whatever. Waiting to share. Oh, wait, this one. Bringing in uninvited +1. I saw a fight over this.
Really?
The girl was like, how dare you bring somebody over? We didn't. And in all fairness, the guy brought a girl over and the guy's married and we know the wife, but in all fairness.
What happened?
This guy brought somebody over, in which he claims just a friend, but it was a party and he didn't say he was bringing anybody. And I think a lot of the tension also was because he didn't have his wife with him.
Oh, well, that's different.
But she made it seem like you have to ask before you bring somebody over. But I think it was more to it.
That was probably the side piece.
But yes, do not bring. Actually, I talked to the girl, and the girl had just moved in town, and her husband, and she seemed like a very nice person, and she was very embarrassed about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Like he had just met her.
And she just goes to a party with him?
Yeah, because he was just like, you're going to love my friends. They're great. They're great people. And you just moved down here. And she was very friendly. We were very nice to her. And she separated herself from him, seeing how uncomfortable the situation was.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There could have been shenanigans there. Who knows? So yes, do not bring uninvited guests.
Maybe.
This one is interesting. And I see it. And it happens at my house. And I'm like, quit doing that. Feeding the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes dogs have dietary restrictions, and it's important to remember that the host pets may have some. So don't share your food with them. I see people all the time feed my dogs leftovers.
Chef son.
And they
Really?
luckily don't have dietary restrictions. I get it, but that's what makes them start going to the table and begging for food.
You're right.
Yeah. But yes, I have caught that. Disrespecting shoe rules. Some people like the shoes to, right when you walk in, take your shoes off.
A lot of times people, you get asked, do you want me to take off my shoes?
Mm-hmm. But it's understandable why some people prefer for you to take off shoes. They don't want to track dirt and germs from outside.
Is that common when you have like a party or a picnic, that type of thing?
It's not super common, but I have been in households where you do have to take your shoes off before you go in. And that's the thing. Don't fight them. If they want your shoes off, take your damn shoes off. That's their house.
And usually, if you
be warned.
Yeah.
If you go to a party, if you're not the first one, you could see. Like if you walk in, you see shoes, everybody's got their shoes
And that's
on.
the thing. You see, right where the door is, they have an area. And that's how I know the first time I went over to my friend's house. And I thought it was all their shoes. And now, it's when they have party and guests. And it is kind of weird to walk around without your shoes at a party, but it is what it is. It's not my home. Interfering with the setup. Don't go around switching place cards at the dinner table.
I want to sit next to Francis.
I don't want to sit next to him. So respect what they put together. Don't try to interfere or make changes. And then one that I think we all are very good at is not showing up empty-handed.
No.
Yeah. As a guest, you should arrive with a small gift for the host.
We talked about this the other night. You guys can jump in, so can the audience, because the holiday season is coming up. When you bring a bottle, are they supposed to open it?
I don't think they're supposed to open it, but what's a real DB thing to do, which I've seen, if they don't open, I've seen the person take it back with them. That was a gift.
They take it back out? Like they leave
Yeah,
it?
the person who brought the bottle, if the bottle was untouched and they notice it, I've seen people grab it and take it back.
Wow, that's a douchebag.
That's what I said. That's such a DB move. You're bringing it as a gift. It doesn't necessarily have to be open. Sometimes the host provides enough beverages or whatever.
Yeah,
or sometimes a lot of people bring bottles where you don't get to that one.
Yeah.
Then they let the host enjoy it later on.
Yeah.
But I have seen people take the bottle.
That's wild.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, some people bring what they drink.
And that's okay if they say bring what. If some people are like, "What do you want?" or "What can I bring to a party?"
Yeah.
Bring what you're going to drink.
Yes.
This is what I have. If you don't want it, bring what you're going to drink.
Right.
That's a different story.
And that I'll take home.
But I
it's
also,
usually
but I
just
don't think you
beer.
should. But I don't think you should take that home either. I think that and it's not as douchey, but I think that it does look weird too. You're like, all right, bringing this and then bringing it home with me. I don't know. I think that you should leave it there. So next gathering or whatever, then what you have to drink is still at their house.
Or say there's an expensive bottle of something and it's not open, and the guest asks, "Oh, can I have some Johnny Walker Blue?" You think that's a
The
douchey
person
move?
that brings it.
No.
The guest has it.
Yeah, it's in your bar.
So I typically. Asking is better than just pouring, but my expensive bottles, if I don't want anybody to drink them, I don't put them out.
Yeah.
They go in my bedroom. I hide those things. But there are times I have groups of friends and it's a small gathering, and I do want to open up the nice bottle of tequila, so I will leave it out and I will have an option for people to drink.
I was just snooping in your bedroom, and I found this bottle of Johnny Walker Blue.
Yeah.
Can I have some?
Yeah.
At least
in
they
your
asked.
medicine cabinet, Ed.
Fran, do you remember my house?
By the way, you got a bunch of marbles on your floor. Sorry, Creek.
We had that big bar, remember, with all the liquor? I don't know if you remember. It was in the living room.
I don't know.
Well, we had this thing. So one of my buddies came over, and I had a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. The bar was packed. I don't drink, but it was always gifts that people gave me. And he goes, man, I love Johnny Walker Blue. And I didn't open it. I said, go ahead, have some.
Yeah, but you don't drink.
Yeah.
So it would just sit there unopened.
Yeah, so I said, go ahead. So he had about 2-3 glasses, and I don't know. We were
Yeah, right.
he said,
and he walked out with a bottle. He's like, you're not going to drink this, right?
Yeah.
Did he really? Wow, I was just kidding.
He walked
You
out.
have some special friends.
Yeah, he walked out. He goes, Greg, can I take this? You're not going to finish it. He goes, how long has it been here? I said, go ahead, take it, bro. Enjoy. What am I going to say?
No wonder you don't have any friends. You're always putting them down. I see why.
It is a Penthouse. If you got a great scenario.
That's wild.
That is.
Unopened, opened it, took 3 glasses, and you're not going to finish. You don't drink. Come on. Give us a call. Let us know. Different stories. Maybe you had somebody swim in your pool till 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you had somebody take some Johnny Walker Blue. And then said,
Crazy stuff.
I'm going to finish it. No smoking. That's another thing. Should never smoke in somebody's house.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. Don't even think
at this
about
point, right? I mean, even if it's a smoker's house, you almost feel like asking first, right?
No, you should ask. Even I smoke cigars. Obviously, I did my house, but everything was outside.
Oh yeah.
Never inside, or it's even somebody's car. Don't do it. But yeah, if you've had any stories with stories like that with liquor or parties, let us know because we like to hear them and they're always good fun. I gave you a whole bunch of mine, and my friends are all cool. They're just a little bit, thoughts on God sometimes. Fran, we got some Florida stories. What do we got?
We do. Well, we got finger guns, body slams.
Wow.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff going on, and fentanyl. Not all in the same story.
That'd be a trifecta.
It would. I'll let you know what I'm talking about when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Stop going it alone for recruiting and staffing. Choose a local expert. Hiring is about getting to know people and not algorithms. So let the people at Express Employment Professionals hire for you. Visit ExpressPros.com to find the office near you.
It's midterm season. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis to give you a greater understanding of the races, the results, and what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, you need a big law firm to fight for you. We're America's largest injury law firm. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
It's midterm season. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis to give you a greater understanding of the races, the results, and what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC.
It's one thing to maintain your business and another to grow it, especially these days. If you're listening to me wondering what else you can try, you're not alone. The conversation that we're having right now, you and me, that's the kind of trusted conversation we at iHeart want to help you have with your future customers. And as America's #1 audio company across radio, podcasting, digital radio, and social, your next customers are listening to us. See how we can help you grow your business at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, just Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
So sorry the food is late.
You should order through EasyCater. Professionally delivered on time and as ordered.
Totally would, but the E is broken on my keyboard.
Just get IT to fix it.
Totally would. Can't type the word help.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. It's our thing.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Slow go through Boca Raton. 2 left lanes blocked. It's an accident 95 north at Yamato Road. We are stop and go from Glades, and we have a crash in Boynton. Right lane blocked at Turnpike North before Boynton Beach Boulevard. Delays back from Atlantic Avenue. This accident involving an FHP trooper. Use some extra care. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Chucky.
A new season is here, and with it, major delays being reported due to another killer doll with a shady plan. Just how many Chuckies are there? Chucky is here to chuck stuff up, including our freeways. Chucky Season 2, Wednesdays.
An iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Real Radio 92.1. Real talk for the world, not just the Palm Beaches, baby. We appreciate you guys listening all the time. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, hey.
We got some Florida stories we'll get to first, and then a couple callers after that.
Florida.
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 Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Yeah, this insane incident was caught on camera like most things these days. You can go to realradio921.com to check it out. There was a video that was released recently that shows a moment a St. Cloud police officer was attacked by a 15-year-old student at St. Cloud High School. So this was a school resource officer, and he was trying to break up a fight that was between two young boys. Both the kids were 14 years old when a third boy, age 15, unidentified because he is a minor, grabbed the officer and body slammed him, like insanely body slammed him to the ground. You can see in the footage the teen boy walk up to him and grab him by the neck and then get him by the torso, pick him up, and slam him. Well, it looks like the kid has been arrested or was arrested for battery of a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest. There's really no update on what happened with the other two boys, but I'm sure the school is going to handle that situation. And then we also have on here, there is somebody who decided that they were going to do a heist. They wanted to rob a bank. I did actually read the other day that bank robberies are down.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, they are.
Probably because people
aren't robbing banks as often as they once did.
Well, I think also because people are going into banks less.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But
rare.
banks still have all the money. It's just, I don't know.
So you're saying we should go in?
No, I'm just saying, like, why? Because you're saying, yes, people are going into banks less, but just because we're going in there less as customers, consumers might, I don't know why.
Oh, for whatever reason, it's going down.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
They're finding other things to do.
Yes.
So this person, James Sinclair, entered a Chase branch in Seminole, and this was 1:25 in the afternoon on a Monday. Well, he approached the teller with his hand under his shirt, made it appear as he had a gun. Well, he advised her not to push any buttons as he waited for her to open her drawer. She handed him $120, and then he left the crime scene.
Oh, payday. Wow.
Score.
Go have dinner on me and leave a nice tip.
Yeah, well, cops were able to catch up to him at 1:36. Bank robbery, 1:25. Caught up to him 1:36. Not that much time after. And he did not have any weapons on him. And I think that's why they said the teller was very calm and cool. She'd give money because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ended up he used some good old finger guns is what happened.
Still go to jail.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he robbed the place. It doesn't matter if he robbed it with a weapon or not. Yeah, you're still going to jail.
Now, is that armed robbery?
He used his arm.
Yeah. But yeah, they said no weapons were seized on him. And then also in your Florida, this is scary. We're seeing so many issues with fentanyl and Florida, man. Well, this is good that it's taken off the streets. But there is a gentleman in Hernando County, and he got set up by undercover operations where it looked like they got some word about this guy selling narcotics. So the Hernando County Sheriff's Office, Vice and Narcotics Unit, ended up setting something up with Jacob Spinoza. They found when they decided to meet up with him, they said that they wanted to go buy drugs, went over to his residence, and this is where he was dealing from, and they found a ton of stuff. After purchasing, they got a warrant, and when they got the warrant, the search warrant, they found a bunch of fentanyl, 1.2 pounds. They said it's about $50,000 street value. They found 2.5 grams of meth, 130 grams of marijuana. They found 3 firearms, ammunition. I don't know what Suboxone is. If somebody does, let me know. 34 Suboxone strips, all kinds of drug paraphernalia, and almost $3,000 cash there. So according to the DEA, just 1 kilogram of fentanyl has the potential to kill 500,000 people. So they estimate the amount that he had that they seized during the search warrant had the potential to provide a lethal dose of over 200,000, could kill over 200,000 people. Spinoza is a convicted felon and has previously served 2 prison sentences. So he is not a stranger to law enforcement. It looks like he's not, we know with the whole drug thing, but he has battery on law enforcement officer, resisting arrest with violence, and grand theft. He was taken to the Hernando County Detention Center on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 11 charges. And that is your Florida.
Thank you, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05, 1:05. And you guys and girls give us all the information which we process and put it back out to you. Jimmy, do we have somebody on hold?
We got Mark on the line. Mark, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, Mark. Mark, you there?
I think we lost Mark.
Mark?
No Mark?
No Mark.
Doesn't sound like it.
All right, well, then let's try our buddy Greg Rice. Hey, Greg, what's going on, little buddy?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good, pal. How are you?
Yeah, listen, thinking about finger guns, never played cops and robbers with a kid that wants to be a proctologist.
Oh, boy.
Good advice. Matter of fact, I'm going to write that down.
But yeah, don't forget Don't forget.
All right. Proctologist, finger guns. Got it.
He always brings so much to the table.
Yeah, I know. Big jokes for a little guy.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us. Franny's on the text line all the time. If you guys bring something to the table, she'll read it. You'll be a star.
Here we go. Suboxone is similar to methadone. Suboxone is used to get people off opiates, but actually extremely addictive too, which is kind of BS. So thank you, because I did not know what that was.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
That's from the text line. Jimmy, who do we have?
We have Nikki checking in with us. Hey, Nikki, what's going on?
Hello. How are you today?
We're great, Nikki. How are you?
Great. Listen, I started listening to you guys. I love listening to you. We work for a cleaning company, and you guys make our day so much better to start with. And the other thing was, you said something about South County Fair grounds having a screen.
Yeah, they're doing Fright Nights.
Oh.
Fright Night. Where is it located?
So that is off Southern, but we can get either Southern or Belvedere out west, past the Turnpike.
Yes.
Okay. It is. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Go
online.
Make sure you check it out, because I know they're only open on select nights. I believe weekends, absolutely, that they're running, but sometimes on the on weekdays, if you plan on doing that, just make sure you take a look at them. But yeah, it's where like the Expo Center is. They always have the concerts out there. That's the amphitheaters out that way. But the South Florida Fairgrounds is all in that area.
Thank you for listening, Nikki.
Oh, thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day.
You too,
Nikki. Love that name, by the way.
Bye-bye.
I used to date a Nikki years ago. Maybe I should look her up. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. We had on the table today Halloween costumes you don't want to see. Either you're tired of them, or you're just burnt out, or they're inappropriate. Whatever you think you have on that, give us a call. You could also email Jimmy at realradio921.com or text Franny, Real Radio 47142. Those are the ways you can get involved with the show. And don't forget, we got to thank our friends at Monroe's. You can go to our website, go to Real TV, check us out in studio doing our job. And Monroe's of Palm Beach is the place that always sponsors it. 7 days a week, they're open till 5 a.m. Great entertainers, fully nude, full liquor, and just a 5-star menu to go along with all that. It is the Penthouse. It is a Wednesday. We're going to come back with a lot more and some WWGD on a Wednesday. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to put a stop to these Glock switches, so it just turns your Glock into an automatic. I saw somebody using one of these.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's very
Why are we doing
wild.
this?
To me, it seems like
I want to try it.
Of course I want to try it.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
While the Soviet blockade of Western Germany was anything but pleasant, one man known as the Candy Bomber found a way to bring joy to children under communist rule. Be sure to catch this story on the next Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
The groundbreaking podcast Bone Valley uncovers startling new evidence that could solve a crime committed in 1987 and free a man who was unjustly convicted. Join Pulitzer Prize-winning author Gilbert King for an exploration of one of Central Florida's most shocking mysteries.
And the whole drive down, I can't shake what Judge Cupp keeps telling me about Leo Schofield.
This guy is innocent. God help us if we can't get this right.
Listen to Bone Valley on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wendy's new homestyle French toast sticks are so good, some are saying they're better than their mom's French toast. Perfectly crispy on the outside, perfectly fluffy on the inside, perfectly perfect in every way. Try Wendy's new homestyle French toast sticks today and see if they're better than your mom's.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Navigating today's real estate market can be tricky. Interest rates are rising, but not as fast as rental rates, and home insurance is about to explode. And housing prices, they still haven't fallen much yet. Really? Not sure what to do? Get the professional advice you need. Call the crew from the Florida Talk Real Estate Show. Our team of experts have helped thousands of our listeners with buying a home, selling a home, getting a home loan, home insurance, and so much more. Call for a free consultation at 888-973-7828. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com.
At Healthy Cell, we believe in the power of human potential. To reach your potential, you need to be healthy. That's why we developed ultra-absorption dietary supplements in a gel you swallow for a variety of health benefits, like boosting brain power, supporting sleep, and boosting your immune system. Healthy Cell is perfect for people who struggle swallowing pills and those who demand real results. Go to HealthyCell.com and use limited time code RADIO for 20% off your first order, risk-free. Love it or your money back. Guaranteed. HealthyCell.com code RADIO.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Slow go through Boca Raton. 2 left lanes blocked. It's an accident 95 north at Yamato Road. We are stop and go from Glades, and we have a crash in Boynton. Right lane blocked at Turnpike North, but 4 Boynton Beach Boulevard. Delays back from Atlantic Avenue. This accident involving an FHP trooper. Use some extra care. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Audible. This fall, find everything you love listening to on Audible. From memoirs and true crime to celebrities and sci-fi. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. On the new season of my podcast, Math and Magic, I sit down with the trailblazers on the frontiers of marketing. Leaders like Susie Deering, CMO of Ford Motor Company.
We are at that moment.
Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday afternoon. Some WWGD coming at you in a few minutes. Jimmy's in the house. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And you guys are always with us on Real Radio 92.1. Jimmy, who do we have on hold?
Got our buddy Anthony checking in with us. Hey, Anthony, what's going on, pal?
Hello?
Hey, what's happening, Anthony?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing good, Anthony. How are you?
What happens, Ricky? Finally lose a gridiron, you got to take a day off?
Excuse me?
You finally lose a gridiron, you got to take a day off?
Yeah. I had some medical things I had to take care of, but I'm thank you for your concern.
But it's not because of the gridiron loss. No,
not because of the gridiron loss.
The rash is back?
Yes, the rash is back, but they have some creams for that, so I should be okay.
Mine didn't work for you. Sorry about that. I thought it might work.
I probably didn't apply it correctly.
It could be.
I put it on the wrong spot.
It's all about the circling motion.
You're right. I did have time for a pedicure, though, Anthony. Thank you. I appreciate
it. Did you hear about your uncle, Mattress Mac?
About who? No, what do you do now? Mattress Mac. You're always on him. What do you do?
All right. Jimmy, sit down for this one, all right? He has a bet. He's going to break the books again. He's got a wager for $10 million for the Houston Astros to win the World Series.
Wow.
7-1. It's going to pay out $75 million.
Who took that? Wow, that's amazing. Mattress Mac, for the audience who doesn't know, is a big gambler. One of the biggest guys who gambled that people are aware of. There's many big gamblers out there that bet millions, but this guy lets everybody know. He owns a furniture warehouse, I believe, in Texas. Wow. $10 million.
Safe to say that Houston's probably the favorite to be the from the American League.
Yes.
To represent for the World Series. Yep. Pretty safe bet. I mean, the Yankees are doing good, but they usually have trouble with Houston.
Astros number one, Dodgers in the East.
And hey, they still got to get by Cleveland. I mean, it's not a gimme.
Oh, yeah. The Yankees got to get past them. Yeah, and the Astros got to get past Seattle. But, yeah,
True.
The Dodgers are the big favorites.
Yeah.
But the Astros in American League, yes.
He had a big sweat yesterday. Imagine that one, huh?
Wow.
Right to the bottom of the ninth, right? That was the walk-off?
3-run homer.
Yeah.
Walk-off home. But right down Main Street, that pitch, and that guy nailed it.
Yeah. Hello. Goodbye.
Oh, my God. I was at strikes, and so many people at Seattle, they went nuts.
Same promo as before. So if you go into any of his 3 locations in Texas, and you spend $5,000 in furniture, and it has to be $5,000. If the Astros win the World Series, Mattress Mac is going to send you a check for $10,000. That's how you're doing it.
Yeah, well, he must have put in a lot of different casinos. I can't see one casino taking $10 million from him and a payout of $70 because that.
Do you remember we asked Teddy about that? Teddy Covers from sportsmemo.com, for those that don't know. He calls us every Saturday on the locker room. Obviously, he is a professional handicapper. And I thought, didn't we ask him last year about that? Whether he puts like $1 million here, $1 million there, $1 million there, or something like that. I can't remember what his answer was.
I think he said that he'll whatever it'll take, and then if he wants more, he has to go to different casinos.
Different book, right?
Yeah. And they might change the line.
Right.
It could be 7-1 or 6-1 or 5-1, but man, $10 million, that's a huge amount of money.
Jeez. Well, that's all I got. I love you guys. You guys have a great day. Keep it dry, all right?
Well,
I don't know what that means.
You keep it dry.
What does
I'll
that
keep
mean?
it wet. How's that?
Thank you, Anthony. I'll do my very best.
Yes, keep it dry, dude.
That's a T-shirt. Keep it dry, dude. Somebody who never keeps it quiet, Kanye West. Every time he's out.
Jeez, what do you do now?
Oh, my God. He was on LeBron's show, The Shop, And after they filmed
it,
yeah,
LeBron had him on.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
But we're not going to get to see it, according to G.
No.
Yeah.
They already
That's like
mixed
Sean Hannity being on MSNBC. Oh my God!
No, they did not do it. They will not air it. Basically, because a lot of comments he made. I still getting press, obviously, but Kanye was on there, and I guess the producers already regret having him there.
No kidding.
Didn't even air. Didn't even make it. Imagine that, like when they go to take. Thanks for coming.
I believe it.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised.
Nope, not even a little bit.
And that show, LeBron does with his agent, has a lot of ball players on there, some actors, some actresses, different stars, musicians, and it could get a little crazy. Some of the things they say, obviously they're cursing,
just a little,
yeah. But what Kanye said, I guess, was so bad that they're like, we're not going to even air this. I believe it's on YouTube now. They show The Shop. I don't even know if it's on HBO anymore. That's where it started, but I think it's on YouTube. That's
okay.
Yeah,
so HBO got rid of it.
I think, or they just had some differences.
Okay. I've just seen just clips here and there. I've never seen a full episode of The Shop, and typically when I did, it was on YouTube.
Yeah, Brady was on it last year. That's when he cursed the first couple times, and people were like, "Oh my God, Brady's cursing."
Yeah, it's on HBO Max still.
It still is?
Yes.
But yeah, Kanye was on, and they said no, it's not making it. So Kanye's interview. Imagine him reading that the next day. What happened? What did I do? Yeah, he says.
I'm surprised he hasn't. We haven't looked at his. Have we looked at his Instagram or Twitter yet? Because you would think that if he heard that they were not going to air his episode of The Shop, he would be on some kind of tirade, right? Like he's going.
He
might be.
Yeah.
Like he did with the Gap.
Uh-huh.
It goes crazy with them. There was a story last week, and I think he was in a meeting with the Gap or something, and he was showing them a porno. Like to see their reactions. He brought it in. It was a pretty bizarre story. He's out there. There's no doubt about it. I don't know who's worse or crazier or out there. Let me put it out there. They use him or Antonio Brown. They're both out there. But Kanye is never lost for anything he says.
I guess this is a quote from the people over at The Shop, is that they made the decision not to air this episode or any of Kanye's remarks. While The Shop embraces thoughtful discourse and differing opinions, we have zero tolerance. We have zero tolerance for hate speech of any kind, and will never allow our channels to be used to promote hate. So I guess there was a lot of hate coming out of his mouth.
That's all that show is.
Yeah.
But you got to expect Kanye. You put him on. What do you think you're going to get?
I bet you before they were like, okay, don't get into this kind of stuff. And then he was like, okay. And then he gets on there and he just does a complete opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I'd love to hear what it is, because their idea of hate speech is something that they don't agree with. And that's unfortunately where we're at now.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I mean, it's interesting. And you know what it does? It makes people want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, will there ever be things released? Or what did he say? Or how bad was it that they wouldn't even put it? And that's what it does with anything. When you can't have it, you want it. I mean, you really do. And that's what the people will do.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, people.
It'll create a demand, that's for sure.
Yeah, more people will know about this show, The Shop, now than ever did. You're probably right, Francis. He's probably going to put something out there. Like, I can't believe, they're not going to release this and stuff like that. But it's Kanye being Kanye. I mean, he's like a box of Cracker Jacks. You never know what you're going to get with him. You just don't. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We're going to come back. We're going to give you a trifecta, and then we get some WWGD. It's where I give some people advice who email into Jimmy. Is the best audience in the world. We always want to set you on the right path. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
How did George Washington, the father of our country, go from a greedy land grabber to what King George referred to as the greatest man in the world? Well, we'll bring you this story on the next edition of Our American Stories. Be sure to catch it on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hayes the Greek for 818 Tequila. 818 Tequila works closely with local family-owned farms in Jalisco, Mexico to bring you the smoothest, most natural, and best-tasting tequila possible. Experience award-winning tequila handcrafted for family and friends to enjoy. Visit drink818.com to find 818 Tequila near you. 818 Tequila. Skip the burn, taste the smooth. Please drink responsibly. 818 Tequila, imported by 818 Spirits, Manhasset, New York. 40% alcohol by volume.
The groundbreaking podcast Bone Valley uncovers startling new evidence that could solve a crime committed in 1987 and free a man who was unjustly convicted. Join Pulitzer Prize-winning author Gilbert King for an exploration of one of Central Florida's most shocking mysteries.
And the whole drive down, I can't shake what Judge Cupp keeps telling me about Leo Schofield.
This guy is innocent. God help us if we can't get this right.
Listen to Bone Valley on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Brian Regan.
In the human world, there's a doctor for every body part, but in the animal world, a veterinarian takes care of all animals and all their parts. We're the bighorn sheep knee doctors.
Brian Regan live on stage.
The giraffe throat, and throat doctor.
Saturday, May 13th, the historic Sunrise Theater in downtown Fort Pierce. Reserved seats on sale now at the box office or sunrisetheater.com. Don't miss Brian Regan.
It's midterm season. With so much at stake, MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis you need. Our reporters are on the ground talking to candidates and voters. Steve Kornacki is at the big board breaking down the races. On election night, Rachel Maddow and our Decision 2022 team will give you a greater understanding as results come in. And the next day, Morning Joe will provide perspective on what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, "Best product I've ever used," and "Amazing, I love my Navage." Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-590-7741. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-590-7741. That's 800-590-7741. Again, 800-590-7741.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Carr, just Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Roadways busy today. Boca Raton, 2 left lanes blocked. 95 north at Yamato. We are stop and go from Palmetto Park Road. Delays on the Turnpike. Crash has a right lane blocked. Turnpike North, above 4, Boynton Beach Boulevard. Backups there from Atlantic Avenue. Look out for delays. Turnpike North at Atlantic. 2 right lanes are blocked. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Tune in this week for the conclusion of Red Pilled America's 10-part series on Richard Nixon. You won't want to miss it. The similarities between past and present are astonishing. Listen to Red Pilled America on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
John Mellencamp returns to the road, and iHeartRadio is getting you there. We'll fly you and a guest to the tour date of your choice and set you up with VIP tickets to the show. Plus, slap a backstage pass on your jean jacket so you can meet John. And you'll walk away with a sheet of handwritten lyrics.
Talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1. Hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Always appreciate you getting involved with the program. After us, it's the News Junkies and then the Greek Zone and Lex and Terry. That'll make your Wednesday a perfect Wednesday. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello, happy Wednesday.
And we got a phone call. We'll take that, then we'll do some trifecta.
Jeff, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Jeff, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I don't know who just made the comment about hate speech is something that's just that's said. It's determined because you disagree with it. Did I hear that correctly?
In some cases, yes.
Yeah, but that isn't the case here. You have a guy that's running around talking about the extermination of Jews. That's not a different opinion. That's hate speech, man.
Oh, so you did hear the interview?
No, I did not. I've heard other interviews. I'm sure this one wasn't any different. But to say that hate speech is to make the statement that hate speech is just having a difference of opinion is not correct. That's why we are where we are today. That none of this stuff is normal. It wasn't normal until it crept into our society about 5-6 years ago, and now it's it's an opinion. No, it's not an opinion. It's hate speech. It's that simple, and we can't start passing that off as well. He's entitled to opinion. Hey, look, if somebody wants to make that kind of those kind of statements, then go ahead and make them, but don't categorize them as an opinion, or don't say that. Well, they're not going to air it because they don't agree with his opinion. Well, who the hell does agree with that opinion? Who does?
Well, I don't think anybody does obviously on the program, and nobody did with LeBron's The Shop, and that's why they pulled it. Because you don't want to hear
who said it? I'm curious. Who said that the Jews should be exterminated?
I think you did. I think you said it. I think you made the comment that, well, anybody who has a different opinion is considered hate speech. That's what you said when you were talking about the story.
Oh, well, that was me, Jimmy. And I said that there's often times that when people consider hate speech, an opinion that they don't agree with, and that is true. That is said time and time again from our national media. But who was the one that said that the Jews should be exterminated? Was this on the show? Well, you said it. You didn't hear it on the shop. Was it Kanye or LeBron?
Kanye. Kanye has made those comments before.
Okay.
As other people have too. And I'm just I don't consider that opinion. When you say that if somebody has a different opinion, they I guess let's call them the libs or the woke, consider that hate speech. Well, that's not the case. That's not true. It's just not true. A hate speech is hate speech, and these guys like Kanye and many others are out there, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's hate speech. Period. It's hate speech, and it can't be categorized any other way.
I would agree with you. Anybody that would say something despicable as that is clearly hate speech. I would agree with you 100% on that, Jeff.
Yeah, 100%, Jeff. Everybody on show does believe the same thing you do. And again, we're not putting it in a category. We're referring to, again, the show and why they're not airing it. And we didn't even know what his comments were, Kanye's. Nobody knows. That's why we asked you if you heard him.
I'll have to look that up. I've never heard Kanye say those words.
No, he has. He has. But,
okay, fair enough.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for the time. Man.
No problem.
Thank you, buddy.
Always good. It is the Penthouse. We're going to get into a trifecta.
Oh, trifecta. Looking for something else.
Riders up. It's Greek's trifecta.
All right, Marshawn Lynch is out of football. He played for years with Seattle and the Raiders, and he won a Super Bowl. Well, it looks like now he's going to be working Thursday nights with Amazon. He's going to help them out with the broadcast. It was announced. Some people were surprised because Marshawn Lynch, I believe, is out on waiting to see what happens with his DUI charges in Vegas. So we'll see what happens with that. But Franny said she saw him in a cop show, and he was pretty funny. And usually he's a guy who didn't have a lot of words for the media, but maybe this could be something that he'll be good at. And he definitely has an opinion about football, and he could bring his personality to Thursday night. Monday Night Football was a great game, 30-29, Chiefs and the Raiders. But Adams, as he walked off the field, pushed the photographer, and now it looks like he is going to get charged with assault charges. That just came out a couple hours ago. He'll probably get a suspension, too, from the NFL. I'm thinking 1 game. I don't know about 2. The Raiders are off to a very bad start. They're 1-4, and that is not going to help their situation. And there was baseball yesterday all day long, and that was the wild card round. And the Dodgers ended up winning. Astros, dramatic 3-run homer. And the Phillies were the shock of the day. They beat the Astros. That was a surprise. But the Yankees did win. Cole had a great day. Finally earned his money in the playoffs because last year he was very bad in the playoffs against the Red Sox. Yankees won 4-1. And we'll see how this continues on. And we just talked to Anthony, our caller. Mattress Mac has $10 million on the Astros to win the World Series. I hope they don't win. Nothing against Mattress Mac, but I always hated the Astros because they beat the Yankees and they cheated. And that is your last trifecta of the day. Thank you.
There you go. Well, since that's the last trifecta of the day on a Wednesday, that means it's time to get into something we call WWGD. That's where you email us, Jimmy@realradio921.com. And what you are emailing, well, you're seeking the advice of Greek. It could be about relationships. It could be about gambling, sports, whatever you think Greek is the right person to go to. This is WWGD. What would Greek do?
Get ready for WWGD. What would Greek do?
You didn't even let me get it out of my mouth.
I know.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
I mean, you rub it hard enough, something's gonna happen.
I mean, really?
I'm never going to the Super Bowl again. I made that contradiction last year.
What?
Seriously?
Because I put myself before you.
It's WWGD.
All right. First up, we have Jeff, who writes in. Jeff's got himself in quite a pickle. Looks like he's been dating a girl for 4 months. And he wants to let you know that he does really like her.
Aww.
But this past Friday, she dropped a bomb on him.
She's a dude.
She's a dude.
That would be one heck of a bomb. She's pregnant. 4 months. She's preggers. He's like, I know she loves me. She said it. But I'm confused. I don't know what to do. She makes me happy. I'm just not sure if I am ready for a child. G-Man, how would you handle this? What would Greek do?
I know this isn't going to be popular, but first I would ask her if it's mine. I mean, you never know. It's only 4 months.
I'm guessing that since she went up to him and said, "Hey, I'm pregnant," like I'm guessing she's like that's.
You never know. Maybe the first month she was still seeing somebody else. I mean, it's not a lot of time.
I don't think get slapped for that. But yes, you should make sure that the baby is yours. But I don't know right away. She's like, "Hey, Jeff, I'm pregnant with your child. Is it mine?"
Are you sure?
Are you?
Is
it mine?
I'm just asking.
Listen, you can always go, well, no, I was going to say Maury Povich isn't on anymore.
This is really a tough one, boy, and I don't know what to tell him. I gotta tell you, 4 months is not long to know somebody to bring a child in the world. It's her ultimate decision. I always believe that, but man, I don't know. This is a life commitment. 4 months is really not long. I don't know. This is tough. I wouldn't walk away, obviously, but I don't know, man. I might have to sleep on this. This is really hard. I mean, 4 months is not long to know, to get involved and you possibly get married and have a child. It could work out. It'd be great. Harps every day and peel bananas. I mean, sliced up in the morning. But I don't know. This is, 4 months. I think this would make my forehead sweat a little. I guess I might go with it and just see how it works out. I don't know if I would get married, but I would,
No, he's not asking about getting married.
Yeah, I would support the child and support her and, and go from there. And hopefully it all works out. I mean, 4 months is just not a long time. Use protection next time. Jamie, what do you got?
Well, I think I've done enough politics for today. So I will go as much as this. I'll say this much. Be responsible.
Yes.
And discuss it with her, and whatever the two of you decide on is what you should do.
Yeah, and support her. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Yeah. That's what I said. You got to support her. It's her ultimate choice. But 4 months is not long, I don't think, to start a whole life.
Yeah, but,
it's already you can't go back.
Yeah, you already put the order in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So support her. Be there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere, but it's a lot to take on. It really is. I wish him luck. And her.
All right, Jeff. Good luck with that. Next up, we have Lisa. And so Lisa's having a hard time, like a lot of people these days, paying her rent. So she's thinking about taking on a roommate. Unfortunately, all of her close girlfriends are all in pretty good living situations, so she can't go to them. Well, she said there's a guy at work, and he's volunteered himself, and he even offered to pay 60% of the rent. So he's going to pay a little bit more. She said, we're friends. I'm just worried about living together, working together, living together. I don't know, G-Man, how would you handle this? What would Greek do?
So if I were to reverse it, I'd be a guy in this scenario and take on a female roommate. That's tough. And living together is so different than working with somebody. It's night and day. I know the money's good, and he's saying 60%. I don't know if I would do it as a girl with a guy. Then he comes in, and it's just a lot. I would try other options or maybe get another job. I don't know if I would bring a coworker in of the opposite sex.
I think the coworker is the bigger deal. I don't think it makes a difference about female, male. I actually know a lot of females who prefer male roommates.
Oh, really?
Over female roommates. But I think it's the work thing that would be tough because you're seeing a lot of each other.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Jimmy?
Yeah, and I agree. I agree with Franny on that 100%. As far as the work thing, because now you have to deal with work, and then what if something goes wrong at home? Then it goes to work, and now your job is a problem too. So yeah, I would. As much as it's nice that that's right there for you, and you're gonna have a hard time. Talk to a realtor or somebody that can find roommates for you. I mean, it's out there, right? Dude, are there services that can help do that because they vet people? To make sure that they're good and they pass a background check and things like that. I'd try to go down a road like that rather than, try to do it with a coworker. The male-female part to me is nothing. I don't really think that's a big deal.
How about 80%?
Oh, no. Now you're talking. Only have to pay 20%?
He goes back 80%.
Yeah, maybe kind of leave that. And don't tell him he's like last resort, but maybe see if you can find something, another situation that might make you more comfortable. Obviously, you're not comfortable with the situation or you wouldn't be writing in.
Yeah, just say, you know what, I'm just uncomfortable because we work together. If you didn't work together, then it'd be different. Because like you said, then it goes home and then it comes to work, and that's not a good thing. But 80% could make it a lot better.
Money talks. And then we have Ben who writes in, and so Ben's been dating a girl, and then this girl he's dating, she loves herself a cocktail. She likes to drink. And I guess there's a secret that he hasn't told her yet. Ben has been in AA for 4 years. So he's worried that if he tells her, she's going to leave him. And he thinks that if he tells her, it's definitely going to change their relationship. I know he's asking what you do, but Ben, I think you need to tell her how long can you hide this? 4 years you've been sober and you're dating somebody who drinks. But he's not asking me, Greek. He wants to know, what would you do?
I think in all these things, you got to be honest. I don't know what he's doing so far. I mean, maybe he's saying he's got a headache or a kidney infection or something like that, but he's with her already. Maybe they're going out on school nights, which is work nights for adults, and he's not drinking, or I don't know, he just says he doesn't feel like drinking. But be honest. You should always be honest. And, sometimes honesty hurts. But if she likes you, she'll stay with you. That's all. People will stay with anybody if they really like him enough. If they don't, then that's it. And just as long he's not preachy. That's what a lot of people do when they don't do something. They'll start telling people, like, you know what? Don't drink, don't do drugs, don't bet. I'm not betting this year, but I don't ever tell my friends not to bet. They ask me for help. I always tell them. Because I know what it's like. They're not going to want me to say to them, don't bet. They'd be like, screw Greek. So as long as he's not preachy, I would tell her the truth. I think there is never anything wrong with the truth.
Jimmy?
So I'm a little confused. Ben's concerned that she's going to leave because he's in AA?
He's in AA, yeah. And she doesn't know that. So she's a partier. She likes to drink. He's been recovering for 4 years. He's been in Alcohol Anonymous for 4 years. And
he doesn't seem to have
because
any
he had
trouble.
a bad problem, he said.
He doesn't seem to have any trouble with her drinking?
I guess not. But he's
And being
afraid
around
she's going to leave him if she finds out that he's sober.
Well, that's kind of silly. If she leaves him for that, then
I agree.
She's not a very, not worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She don't really like him.
Find that out now. Yeah. I don't. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't. That's why I'm a little.
Some of you
confused.
are proud of if you have a problem and you're trying to fix it.
You took care of it. You're
right?
done. As long as you're okay with being around it, I don't know why you have to announce it or anything. You don't drink. That's it. Period. Done.
I know a couple.
I don't know. I don't see why that's a big deal.
Yeah, I know a couple like that. He's been in AA for years, and his wife drinks a lot. And, I know him very well. And he just says, it doesn't bother him, but he doesn't get tempted by it. If he got tempted by it, then he would ask her to stop.
And that's the thing. I mean, to me, and there's like most of these, there's not enough detail. But to me, it's you've been dating. You've already been spending time. You haven't been drinking. She's still enjoying your company. You guys are still hanging out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why she would change her mind once she found out that.
Yeah, if anything, it's a bonus, right?
Yeah.
Got a designated driver. I mean, it sounds silly.
Yeah.
The only
but
way.
you got to. I think you have to tell her if you feel like it. I mean, honesty is the best policy when it comes to relationships.
And like I said, as long as he doesn't become preachy.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're like, I did this, I did that, people don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like he has an issue with her. He's afraid that she's going to leave him when she finds out about his situation.
That seems weird.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes people think things that aren't even going to exist. They get in their head for whatever reason, and then you find out that it's not even a big deal. Everybody always appreciates you being honest, and then it's up to them to do whatever with the honesty.
Well, there's no reason to lie. I mean,
No.
What are you gonna do? What lie would you say? Oh yeah, I drink.
Yeah.
And then you don't. I don't know. Yeah.
Can't fake it, because that's going to hurt him. So be honest. That's the best advice the whole time.
All right. Well, best of luck to Ben, Lisa, and Jeff. And if you ever want to ask Greek something, specifically his advice, you can email us, jimmy@realradio921.com, and we will read it on a Wednesday for WWGD.
Thank you all for listening today. Appreciate all your efforts and you guys getting involved with the show. Jimmy, thank you for working hard as you always do. Great job behind the scenes, doing the contest and helping us all the time.
Well, thank you very much, Greek. Thank you very much, Francis. And thank you for listening.
Franny, great job as always. Thanks for coming in, handling the text line, doing the blog like you do every day, and bringing your great personality A+, to the show.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you for your personality, Jimmy. And thank you for your personality, Greek. And, of course, for all the hard work you guys put in. And thank you for listening. And speaking of listening, I know that you can't wait to hear Greek's parting words.
A special shout out to Richie, our good buddy, who won a big card game last night at Strikes. He's always so nice and a great host for us. Love what you do, bro. Thank you. You guys have a great afternoon. And remember, if you don't have a rake, don't try to shovel snow. Have a good afternoon. Peace.
This must be why God created YouTube. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we move through our Wednesday. That increasing cloud coverage due to an approaching front pulling moisture in. We'll also see rainfall across the area during the day, likely some scattered showers out there. Humid and warm for us, too. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s throughout the day.
This report is sponsored by the Mark Moss Show podcast.
Your quality of life and your retirement are under attack because the Fed and the administration has chosen to fight the wrong war. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. So listen to the Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
It's midterm season. MSNBC has the in-depth coverage and analysis to give you a greater understanding of the races, the results, and what it all means for the future of our country. Watch coverage of the 2022 midterms on MSNBC.
The groundbreaking podcast Bone Valley uncovers startling new evidence that could solve a crime committed in 1987 and free a man who was unjustly convicted. Join Pulitzer Prize-winning author Gilbert King for an exploration of one of Central Florida's most shocking mysteries.
And the whole drive down, I can't shake what Judge Cupp keeps telling me about Leo Schofield.
This guy is innocent. God help us if we can't get this right.
Listen to Bone Valley on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know that Palm Beach County is ranked one of the top for number of accidents in all of Florida? That means you or someone you know has been involved in at least a fender bender, and Gordon and Partners wants to help. If you've been in an accident and you need cash for your crash, visit us online at palmbeachcrash.com or call us at 833-913-3733. It's easy. Tell us what happened at palmbeachcrash.com.
When you get delivery from Little Caesars, there's one thing we won't put on your pizza: hidden fees. Just order online at littlecaesars.com and you'll pay $0 in delivery fees. No delivery fees, no service fees, and no hidden fees. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Free delivery applies to each order that totals $12 or more, excluding taxes. Delivery price is higher than in-store prices, excluding third-party sites. Delivery available from participating stores. Limited time offer.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit glasschamberfl.com for more.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Let's see what's up with traffic on